The Oruga Podcast.
Somehow somebody's always looking the other way. Now look at these guys. They look busy, right?
That was cool. I liked that. That was a cool way to start that. Excellent. Okay.
Are we live?
I think so. Yeah. Can we
Go.
put it on you for a second?
All right.
Or are you gonna be too monkey brained?
I won't be too.
Because I'm you're
be
gonna
too crazy.
switch to Nolan 100 times before. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's
so we're on
good.
YouTube, so we are live.
We are live. Do I need to?
Can we
What?
look at more of the settings?
Of what?
The live.
Should I? Okay. And
So,
what?
and
way?
then stream settings.
Stream
They can't see this. No, they can't.
No. I think it's fine, dude.
How is it throwing our live out to people? That's my question.
Live one stream ends. What do you mean?
How are people seeing this? Like, is it showing it to our subscribers? Is it?
We can't choose that.
We can. I believe we can.
I don't think we can choose that.
What if
Do
you
you
go to
believe?
like edit title?
Edit title up here.
I guess scroll up a little bit. Scroll,
Insert ad.
move mouse down. Then scroll up.
Over here.
No, it's like
Dude,
right
you
above
do it.
that.
You do it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
Do you want me to switch it to you?
You don't have. Yeah, you don't have to right now.
So category.
Yeah, it's
cool.
entertainment.
Restrictions none.
Mm-hmm.
Audience. No, it's not for kids. Yep, made by a real person. Captions, tags. Allow embedding. Damn, that's crazy. So on the lives,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do it, I guess. I didn't know that. You're right. Usually there's like a tab underneath here, and it lets you decide if it distributes to
Your subscribers
Yeah.
only. Can you push videos that only go to non-subscribers?
by doing that, yes.
Interesting.
And you get like a higher outreach. But
Sure. Okay. I'm
Gotta do that in life.
I'm gonna minimize this though, because you don't need this, right? I mean, I'll keep this around, but like, this should be enough, right?
Man, how would we be able to go live,
Uh-huh.
have it unlisted,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Cut
from
it out?
there,
Work with it.
yeah, like put a description, put everything
Mhm.
in there we need, and
Mhm.
then, bam, we're live
I think most.
after hitting live.
Have you ever watched streamers before?
Yeah, they usually have like,
Everything worked out before they hit live?
I think so.
Really? Interesting.
There's some streams. I don't know if YouTube does it.
Yeah.
There's some streams that go on basically like forever.
Okay. Are
Like,
you like
You
referring?
can go into their chat
Yeah.
and like talk with the followers of those people
Mm-hmm.
live, even though that follower is not there. I mean, the streamer is not there.
Okay. So it's just like an unlisted live, but like it's it has no video.
It has no video of
It has no source.
the video that you see would be like a video they put up. It could be like non-cat. It could be just like a screensaver or something.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course.
Trying to get to that.
Yeah. Well, we're too stupid for that. I mean, it took us an hour, almost 2 hours,
Almost.
2 hours just to like kind of like set everything up, make sure those keys work. You took away my backspace.
Do you want your backspace?
I don't want my
Okay.
backspace. I know how to do shift control and then go over a word, highlighting a word, and then I delete, and that's my backspace now. And so
That's terrible.
if there's going to be a complicated word that has many letters, I
It's
mean,
gonna get destroyed.
I'm a shit speller. I am the shittiest speller on earth. And so I have to retry the word over by scratch every time I accident because I have no backspace. I have to delete the whole word.
Oh,
so,
no.
Yeah, that's a real screwy thing that you did, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. I can't believe you have a
Eventually.
backspace. But
Yeah, I guess It is weird. I shouldn't have this backspace theoretically. This is not the typical.
But it is a calculator, though. I mean, like, it is.
No way. It's a calculator. It's intended to be a calculator.
It's used for either Excel.
I see.
That
makes sense.
On your laptop, do you have a separate numbers pad? Like, do you have a separate number pad?
Not on mine, no.
So you would buy that to have a number pad if you were adding a lot of stuff to an Excel sheet.
Right.
You know?
That's gnarly.
Yeah. But, like, we programmed it so the cameras change. And it does pretty well. Like, it does its job. But, like, that app that you were screwing around with to program that motherfucker, that looked intense. Dude, and why did you choose Alt? Why did you choose Alt?
Like alternative keys.
Yeah, I guess.
Because if I did like Control, there's a chance that I could do something.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Or Shift. Could you do shifts? No.
Shifts do a lot too.
I have
sometimes.
to. Yeah, right. And then are tab and keys? Tab and can you like?
What does tab do? Tab
could you do multiple keys at one time? Yeah, you should just do that. You should do that.
That'd be crazy, though.
You should just do like a 15 coded key. Yeah.
I could probably do that.
That does absolutely nothing. But that still takes away my keyboard, though. And I'm sorry, guys. I know we're talking nonsense.
There's some stuff that you can do where you can like just write in the text.
Mm-hmm.
So like I could have, by the press of one key, I could type out like a paragraph.
Oh,
I could type out a whole hate speech. I could go on streams with Microsoft Power Tools and just type hate speeches.
Sure.
Just clicking different buttons.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you do when you go home?
I can't disclose.
You just go on different people's streams and you just type hate speech?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No, don't.
You don't do that. Gotcha.
Nope, I do not do that.
And you also if you're doing that, you probably have a good like. I was about to say I don't know. How do you hide your VPN? Oh, you just
Surfshark VPN.
Yeah.
You should be a sponsor for us.
Yeah, I would love a free VPN. That'd be fantastic. We should have a sponsor for VPNs. That'd be awesome.
I'm surprised that Adobe hasn't reached out to us. And Apple, Apple and Adobe should definitely reach out to us and like just start giving us their tech to review and stuff like that.
That'd be cool.
Do a great job.
Well, we don't do that though, do we?
You're right.
We don't review shit.
You're right.
We don't review shit.
We could.
We could start reviewing stuff, but that's like show and tell.
I don't know. These mics right here,
mm-hmm.
so great. These mics are great. Fantastic. Keep this going for the whole episode.
Sure mics.
Sure mics. That's what they are.
We actually got them on episode 20, and this is episode 65, so that's 45 episodes.
That's insane.
Yeah, 45 episodes, at least 2 hours. That's almost 80 hours. I've spat into this thing, you know.
It still works.
Yeah, it does.
Still works. It's a great use of money.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, they were only $100. I think the whole setup was like $300-ish.
Damn.
Maybe some more. Maybe more. Maybe $400. But like they were the best investment. And then we started using these cameras, and these cameras they're not too bad. We're still figuring out the bumps. And like if you guys watch our previous lives, like our audio's going crazy. We used to use your computer cam. Like
as the live cam?
Yeah, and that was horrible. I mean,
it was pretty bad.
And that was our most popular stream, ironically. And that's hilarious, too. That's so funny that was our most popular stream. Was the one from your computer.
No way.
And this is light years ahead.
It is.
Technology. But, like, we still have the problem, you know?
We definitely blue-balled them. I'm concerned.
About what? The warning?
What is that?
That's a good question. Warning. So, guys, we have a warning on our stream, and it says that we are just not doing well as a stream. Where are you? There we go. Mean? So, the stream
lower
health.
Than recommended.
Good. Where does it see that? Where do you see that?
It says stream current bitrate is lower than recommended bitrate.
Okay. So, could I go to settings?
I think it is
stream. Output 16. We're gonna do 16.
Oh shit! What
the fuck did that do?
Will it end your stream?
I don't know. Kahaya?
Only one way to figure
Only
out.
one way to know. Sorry, guys. We are going. So you see how I have to delete
it's the backspace.
I need.
You could hit the arrows.
Oh, you're right.
Let's go.
All right, apply.
Damn, you can see it change. It changed
See?
instantly down there.
Okay, so now it says that. So we're gonna go to our stream. Still says good, but is this correct?
Yeah, because it was matching up with OBS.
So I have to go lower?
I think so. But why? Why?
Am I increasing it? Have I been?
It was like 3,000 before.
But I'm lowering it.
Yeah, and it lowered about 1,000.
So I need to go up the numbers?
No, you need to go down.
Are you sure? I think
Yeah.
that thing's lying to you because. Okay, all right,
We're gonna see.
We're gonna do it again, guys.
It's
I
gonna be a
apologize.
testimony.
So you think I have to go to 14?
14? You can see it
Okay.
instantaneously change.
Now it's at 3,000,
Staying at 2.
but it's not dropping frames though. So does that mean I have to go higher?
I think we should just leave it as is.
I think so too. Is lower than.
Do they know what
recommended.
they're talking about?
This thing? Does YouTube know what?
Does
they're talking?
YouTube know what they're talking about?
For sure, dude. For sure. Absolutely, they know what they're talking about. They're the ones who distribute our.
Do you want me to pull it up on my phone for a second? Or is it too much?
Let's do it. This is the test run, guys. I'm super sorry. Look it up.
We're going to start podcasting, I swear. I swear we do a podcast. This is not a technical analysis podcast.
It really feels like a technical podcast.
I'm just going to go off of the quality of the visuals because that's what that affects, right?
Yeah, but it's the CQ, right? It's the CQ that I'm fucking with. So it is output. And guys, if you watching know what we're talking about and you know how to change the bit rate, please let us know, especially on OBS.
It looks pretty good to me.
I would say so too. But okay. All right.
It looks pretty good.
Just because you feel like it's good doesn't mean
it's true.
Doesn't mean shit. But I'll keep it here. I'm gonna keep it here, okay?
Fair.
And I feel like it just reset again. I'm sure it's very choppy on the stream, and I apologize, guys. Anyways, let's get to it. How you doing, Kahaya? How's your day been?
I'm living the dream.
You're living the dream? Do you feel the dream?
I feel the dream.
I don't think you feel the dream.
I feel the American dream. You know what? I watched it.
How was your 4th of July?
Right,
Did you
I was
go
about
to
to ask
Did
you
you go
this,
to
yeah.
Did you go to Lake Cumberland?
I did go to Lake Cumberland.
That's good. I was talking to a lady about Lake Cumberland actually.
Really?
Yeah, today.
Does she like it or dislike it?
She loves it. Her family has a Tritoon.
Pontoon?
Tritoon.
What the hell is a
So
Tritoon?
it's the same thing that Nolan's parents have, is a Tritoon. And a Tritoon, like a pontoon, has 2
right.
of those cylinders that I'm not a boatsman.
I know what you mean. Like
But they
the metal cylinders that hold the air.
Yes, correct. A Tritoon has 3. So instead of 2, it's 3.
Okay.
And that's it. And so she went Tritooning, you know.
Do you know how many engines they have?
Most of them have 1.
Okay.
Unless you're going really crazy and you have 2, but you don't really need to.
I feel that.
I mean, those engines are so good. I mean, these people are going 30 miles per hour in a fucking Tritoon. You don't need 2 engines, you know?
That's pretty crazy.
What are you making waves with a fucking pontoon boat?
Just to flex. Just to
to
flex that
flex.
your pontoon boat can go 38, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
Seriously.
I saw some speedboats
Yeah.
that were going crazy fast. They're probably going 70 on
Really?
the water. It was gnarly.
lake?
In the lake.
Damn,
it was
dude.
insane.
Damn. Did you fish at all?
I did not fish.
Did you swim in the lake?
I did swim.
Cool.
I did see some fish as well. In the
Cool.
water.
Yeah.
Swim with the fish.
Have you ever caught a fish bare hands?
I think I have. I
Yeah?
don't remember. I've caught more turtles
Okay.
than fish.
Sure. That's fair. Turtles freak me out.
Yeah, you gotta hold them, make sure their arms don't scratch you.
Yeah. I'm
everything.
just too scared of snapping turtles.
I feel
Snapping
that.
turtles are a motherfucker, and you never want to catch
A snapping turtle.
a snapping turtle on accident, you know? That's
I
why
agree.
I'm so fearful of any lake when I think about turtles in the water. Like, of course, there's cute little turtles, you
Right.
know? But, like, there's
Those
not...
snapping
Those
ones.
snapping turtles are not cute. They're not cute. They look like fucking dinosaurs.
They do. They are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They'll bite your dick straight off.
I remember having videos of snapping turtles. Maybe was it on the podcast?
There was one. We do have a short of
And-
a snapping turtle.
Yeah, and he this one video was of a snapping turtle biting through a pineapple like it was nothing. Like it was cheese. Like I don't know. It was something soft.
Yeah.
Like a pillow. I don't fucking know. He creamed through that goddamn pineapple like it was nothing.
Yeah, they're insane. They're
Mhm.
fast too on their feet.
Yeah.
They can get around. I wouldn't be surprised if they're faster than humans. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they can get up to 30 miles per hour. They're quick.
You're talking about a turtle, dude.
Dude, I'm serious. They're quick.
We're gonna look that up.
How fast is a snapping turtle?
Snapping turtle. Yeah, snapping turtle.
Oh,
top
I
speed.
pressed enter. You're screwed. This is a backspace button. I'm not supposed to
Oh,
press.
shit. All right, guys.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, snapping turtle
Speed. LE. I believe in you.
speed on land. Yeah, dude, let's go. All right, so
2 miles per hour.
yeah, fucking going 30 miles per hour, bro.
I
Man,
don't
going
know.
30 miles per hour.
Oh, in water it's faster?
Yeah, of course. It's a fucking
Damn.
water. I don't know. I don't know how to roast you. But come
2
on.
miles per hour?
And water in 10 to 12. That's not bad. That's
How
pretty
much
fast.
How fast are we?
in water?
Mile per hour. We could
You tell
probably
me.
do like
I could do 8 maybe.
8 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's not that bad. 60 minutes to run.
8? That's actually pretty
7-minute mile.
fast.
People run 5-minute miles. I ran a 5-minute mile. So 560. That's like 12 miles an hour.
I'd probably swim slower than that. I'd probably swim like 4 miles per hour. I don't know. I'm not a fast swimmer.
Fair.
What's an Olymp? All right, we're gonna go into what's human swim speed. Oh shit! Fastest human swim speed? Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. 8.8, and I was like, yeah, I probably do 10 miles per hour.
That's
the
hilarious.
fastest human does
That's
8.8.
gnarly.
Yeah, I probably do 4, 3. Yeah, that seems.
Fuck.
The fastest swimmers do 5 to 6 miles per hour over short distances. I must do 2 miles per hour then, you know? I think I do 2 miles per hour.
I see. Lucky you, you know?
Maybe even 1, I don't know.
Being a
We're
African American.
we're so fucking slow. God damn, that's 5. I don't even think I can do that. Yeah, I don't know. I think
Mine's
I'm a
like
0.
0. Yeah.
I think I'm a 0 now. That's funny.
Well, I didn't see any of those. I didn't see any snapping turtles.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah. How was your 4th? Did you see any like fireworks?
I did see some fireworks.
Okay.
There were definitely some Kentucky fireworks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not like orchestrated Ohio fireworks.
Come on, dude. That's such a low blow. You
I'm
feel like that's
sorry.
such a low blow.
But I think they're funner because they're louder.
Sure.
They're, more spontaneous.
Don't you
You
feel
don't know
the
what's
fear?
gonna happen. Yes.
Don't
yes.
you feel fear?
It's
And
like
that-
way better.
That little bit of fear is a little exciting too,
Yeah.
because you're like, which direction do I have to run?
So I don't get hit by this piece of like cardboard and gum tape. Yeah. It's gnarly. I saw a couple pieces like hit the metal fucking roof of like these mobile homes.
Yeah,
you just see
yeah.
like a ball of smoke and cardboard and tape just ding the metal roof,
Damn.
and you're just like, thank God that wasn't my face.
You're right. Yeah. Thank God that wasn't a tree and it just caught on
Right.
fire. Yeah. Yeah, and all the ash too. But do they not have an orchestrated like? Did they not have a
There's only
official? Don't they have an official fireworks at the Lake Cumberland? Am I wrong about that?
I think they just didn't do it this year. That's what
Okay.
I think.
Because I was talking to that person who like went down to Lake Cumberland like with their family and had like a good time. She said there was fireworks.
Yeah, there's fireworks on like every street.
Okay, but you're
So,
just gotcha. It's
yeah.
really unofficial then. You're not like having
Going to one spot.
Yeah.
The problem is there used to be a spot where they used to do the fireworks,
Mhm.
but there was a windstorm that came through, knocked
Yeah.
down a shit ton of trees
yeah.
in that area that we were at, which is Monticello.
Mm-hmm.
Knocked down a shit ton of trees and destroyed a lot of land and property that
Oh really?
the what is it called? The marina that's
Mhm.
close by owns. And that's they
Mm.
would launch their fireworks on that property. It's pretty empty, but
Sure.
a couple buildings fell down, a couple pieces of wood are scattered everywhere. It's a
Yeah.
mess,
So it's like unused
like
land.
huge lot. Yeah, and they
That's
usually do it
unfortunate.
there, but it's like all taped off and everything.
Mm.
So
That's unfortunate. That's really
the guy
unfortunate.
that owns it is slacking. He's
Yeah.
not like doing any work on it really. I
Mm.
get it because he's old, but like
Well,
they're
also,
missing out on that money.
do you think that's a recent disaster that happened to that plot of land, or do you think it was do you remember the floods that happened a couple years ago in Kentucky?
No, not
Not
it wasn't
those?
that. It was just like maybe 4 months ago. But there's like
Uh,
only 3 buildings there. If
okay,
that makes
okay.
sense. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's manageable. I feel like
Mhm.
he could put some pep in his step and get everything fixed up for the 4th, so he could make some money off of the space that he's trying to rent out for people to keep their storage, and you could even have like a little shop to sell ice or something. Just get
Mhm.
some revenue on the 4th.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. It's amazing to me how. I mean, I was in San Francisco, right, when I was for the 4th of July, and I was just like really disappointed the lack of patriotism in San Francisco. I mean, obviously it's a liberal city, I get it, but like it was sad, you know.
No fireworks? Is
No.
that what you're telling me?
There was fireworks, but they were clearly put on by the city, and there was fog, so we really couldn't see it. Like we were about maybe a couple miles, probably mile and a half away from the beach that they did it at. But it's just like, dude, the fog covered it up. It was just kind of mid fireworks. They weren't that great. They're pretty average, and we have such good fireworks in Cincinnati. God, we have such good fireworks in Cincinnati. So it's like, am I really seeing something that special? Probably not.
That sucks.
That's what I'm about to tell you is that Labor Day, right? Is Labor Day the
Right.
one that's coming up? Labor Day.
Damn, it is coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's in September? October?
Ooh, I actually might be able to partake this year.
Well, you and Ashley should.
We're so close.
Well, we should every year. I always kind of piggyback on Nolan. I'd be like, yo, like his parents always have like a little party. You know what I'm saying? So like, we should go there and then go to the levee and watch the fireworks, and that'll be stellar.
Fair.
That'd be so stellar. That's like
Where
going
do they
to
launch the fireworks from?
right by the Yellow Bridge and the Purple People.
Okay.
In between that little area and on
Alright.
the levee, it's just like a big wall,
Yeah.
and you got all that grass you can sit on. And like if you go early enough, you'll get a nice spot, and like there's some raggy people there,
Of course.
Is there some
There are
raggy
going to be
people
some
there?
Covington people without their shirts on.
But
of
can I
course.
tell you that? Can I tell you something? I prefer that. God, I prefer that because
Really?
because they'll be whistling, they'll be clapping, they'll
Fair.
be happy for it. What I experienced at San Francisco was weird. Nobody was happy for the 4th of July. And like I want a little bit of like something, man. Something
feel
like,
that.
like we don't even have to be happy about celebrating an American holiday. We just have fun,
Right.
And so and I remember like that the fireworks that they do for Labor Day in Cincinnati, they're phenomenal. They're so good.
They're pretty crazy.
They're pretty crazy. It's like a 25-minute thing.
I feel like it's longer than that.
I know. I feel like it's longer than that, but I'm being pretty modest,
Fair.
But
Fair enough.
yeah, you should definitely go.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that this year. I live so close, so like I really don't even have to really drive home. I can just walk home. I can walk there.
I know, not
Yeah.
to give out your location, but like you could fucking walk there, and it
Yeah.
would be an easy walk for you.
Wouldn't be too crazy.
You should host the party. You
Pause,
should
pause,
host
pause,
the party.
pause.
Have you not? Are you gonna stay at that house for a while?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, you like that place?
It's cheap.
It's cheap.
That's
yeah.
what I need
You
right
should
now.
fix up that backyard. Have you fixed
I
up the
should. I
backyard?
have
Do you not
not.
sit back there?
Nah.
Why not?
Outside guy right now.
Too hot?
For sure. Just lazy. Just a lazy guy.
You should so fix up that backyard.
I should.
If I was, dude, I'll help you plant plants, dude. You should so fix up that backyard. You should like enjoy that little spot. You should have like a little sitting area. You could play some music back there. You could like.
I feel like
It's
it's
just-
too hot right now. I might be crazy for saying that. Like
At night, it's not.
That's a fair statement.
You know, at night
Yeah.
it's not.
I definitely could. I'm
You
kind
know?
of on a school grind though right now. So
Do you
But-
really study 2 hours a day though? Get
yeah,
the fuck
for
out
sure.
of here. Do you
for
really?
Sure. Yeah, I've been going
Okay.
crazy. I'm actually about to suffer a lot tomorrow.
Are
with
you?
My studies.
What's up?
I need to get a good grade. Need to get the good grades. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get that 3.0 plus.
Well, come on. Now
It's
you're really
possible.
blowing smoke up
It's
the
possible.
audience's ass. It's possible? How's it possible?
Can't disclose all the information. There could be
Really?
a future employer watching.
No fucking future employers are watching, no offense.
You never know. Hire me. Engineer need.
Yeah, whatever.
Let's see.
Yeah, you should definitely throw the party for Labor Day, dude. That sounds so fun.
I don't know. I'm not a big party guy.
It's not gonna be like. It's gonna be like the bonfire.
Okay,
It's probably gonna be like that.
fair.
You remember the bonfire?
I am aware of the bonfire.
Yeah. Have you blocked out us getting water for the bonfire to put it out at night?
I just
Is it
remembered now.
Yeah, that was
That was a workout
that
for
was
sure.
such a workout when we had that bonfire. It like burned for so long. It was like probably what was it 2 a.m., 1 a.m., somewhere around
I don't
there.
even remember.
Started at 8, and then probably like 1 or 2. Then we got water, and we were like bringing water
Up
to
and
the
down.
up and down that hill where the bonfire was. That was some fucking labor, dude.
Was
Yeah, but like, it would probably just feel like that, you know?
fair.
It'd just be like Nolan, his girlfriend, my girlfriend, and then,
Me, my girl.
mm-hmm.
No
Indeed.
extras.
Probably not. I mean, like,
Did you
do
have
you
extras?
have extras?
I don't have extras.
I don't think I have extras. I mean, like, I can always ask around.
Do
Of
you
course.
usually have extras?
No, usually
Okay.
all my other friends usually have like set plans
Fair.
for that kind of stuff. Like either they'll go out in a group, they'll go to the bars, or they'll like I don't know, do something familial.
Fair. That
You
makes
know?
sense. Well, now we're gonna be hosting a Oruga meet and greet
Can we not?
in Newport.
No.
We'll be
No.
selling T-shirts and hoodies, the Oruga merch.
Yeah. If you guys do go to the Newport levee for Labor Day, you could try to search for us, I guess. That'd be kind of
no.
funny.
Hopefully,
But I
no
don't
one's
think we have
watching.
any local viewers. I think most of our viewers are from
Out of state.
Yeah,
I can see that.
most of them, I would assume.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So when I was in Cumberland, I learned
Mhm.
something.
What'd you learn?
I learned what makes a yacht and what makes a boat. Like how does
Okay.
it? So yachts, they have a yacht like certification.
Okay.
And you get that from like
The yacht.
making sure that a yacht just means that your boat can go in the ocean.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's
You're
able
saying-
to go in the ocean. Your boat is able to go in the ocean.
Are you sure? Who
Right.
did you get this information from?
From a trusty source.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you say the name out loud?
No.
Yeah,
No,
that's
not.
what I figured.
But don't wanna get in trouble. Trusted source.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But one of the requirements is having 2 motors, because if one of your motors dies on the ocean, you're fucked.
You are
If
fucked.
you have one,
Yeah.
you're stuck.
Dude, have you seen how big just storms are in the ocean?
I have not.
You've never
But I
seen a
can
couple
only
videos?
imagine.
You should see a couple.
Because I
we should
know
watch
like
a
the
couple.
U.S. like boats sometimes struggle with storms,
Sure.
like our naval boats.
Yeah. So like
Serious thing.
boats in the ocean storms. Yeah, you never this is a fucking very popular video.
Jesus Christ.
And if you're talking about like a really small boat, you
I'm
know,
actually gonna.
yeah, you do that. If you're talking about a really small boat, you're fucking screwed. In these kind of moments, how do you not capsize?
Oh my.
You know?
Jesus.
And so,
Oh my Lord.
you know, that's why.
I felt that one up my
Yeah.
spine.
Yeah. These storms are so fucking terrifying. Are you on the reaction film? All right,
Yeah.
all right, I just wanted to make sure. And so that's why, yeah, dude. I think that's when you say that a boat only has to have 2 engines. I think
There's
you need
more
to be fucking
requirements.
big. You need to be a big, goddamn. Well, this is near Antarctica. So warship hit by monster wave near Antarctica, and I think here. Can you go off that so you don't?
Yeah.
I have a ad skipper, and I don't need to show that. But
I think that there
size
are
doesn't-
more requirements than just,
Sure.
the engines.
so there's a checklist.
yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Probably like the difference between like a plane and a jet.
Sure.
You know, just like those kind of. I know that's only engines and how fast it goes and how high it can fly, but kind of similar
Right.
ideas.
But basic rule of thumb would be you can't just call any big boat a yacht
Okay.
because it probably
Isn't.
probably
Sure.
hasn't got the certification. Like you wouldn't really be able to know unless you know the person that has the boat, or if the person that has the boat told you, or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, there's probably like.
But if you're on the ocean, then you'll be like, yeah, that's a yacht.
When you see the tracking satellite things that are on top of the boats as
Like
well.
sonar. Yeah.
Yeah, those probably are a good indicator as well.
I could see that.
You
That
know?
makes sense.
Because that means that you're not just pulling from like cell towers. You're
Right.
pulling from a satellite itself. And when I was in San Francisco and I was walking by the bay, there was a boatyard, and there were some boats that I thought could be yachts, you know, and they
Right.
had all these.
I think they are.
Most
right?
of them are probably. Yeah. I mean, like some of the smaller boats look like clearly like fishing boats or
Okay.
just like a leisurely sail through the bay. But then there are the other ones where you're like, damn, you're taking up 2 parking spots. Like
Yeah.
you got like, you're tying this motherfucker down to the deck or whatever, like the little platforms around. And then like, yeah, they have these little funky satellite connections on like the top of the,
For sure.
like the most top part of the boat, and I don't know. Yeah, they look like I can't afford them.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
think it's one of the things that it does is
Uh,
lets you know what objects are coming close to you.
Sure, yeah, sonar.
yeah.
Yeah, especially underneath too. Like if you had a coral
Ooh,
reef or something
shit.
like that, and you just
Your
bust.
depth. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like see a rock random formation that, or like little spotty islands that haven't really surfaced yet.
Right.
Shit like that. Yeah, I'm sure you really have to avoid for stuff
It's
like
a
that.
lot for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. Another thing from my vacation.
Yeah.
Switching over. I was watching the news
Mhm.
and I noticed that they're really pushing the fact that millennials and people that do not have established careers cannot afford vacations. Like, basically just saying that we're broke.
Okay.
Like, a lot of people are broke.
Sure.
And they're like, the American dream's dead. You can't just work at the same company, which is true, and
Mhm.
like move up the ladder and become the boss one day, or just have substantially more money.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, all that jargon. And they're
Yeah.
like, 70% of Americans can't afford to go on vacation, and they're using their credit or debt to be able to finance it, and then the other 30% is just not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
All that jargon.
That's
It's
really
crazy.
sad. Yeah.
It's crazy that the news is pushing that like a lot of people are poor.
How do you feel about that? It's
Extra
pretty accurate.
poor.
It's pretty accurate, though, right?
But why? I feel like there are some people
You've been
that
on a
don't agree with that.
You've been on a vacation recently, right?
Right.
Okay. Have you ever seen 25 to 32-year-olds on a vacation without their parents?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'd say
Okay.
so.
Okay.
25 to 30.
Do you think
Yeah.
you see now in that group? Do you think you see all 100% of that particular group on a vacation? Okay.
Definitely. Only
So-
the people that have the mommy and daddy's money, for sure.
Sure. So you're talking about a good
Privileged.
15%
Yeah.
of this group that's privileged. Or they got a really good head start Right? They got a tremendous head start. Like the people that got a tremendous head start, what they making like 110?
Sure, 110 to at least 80 minimum.
At least 80 minimum. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if you
the 1% of that group, the millennials, I would assume what make 300?
probably.
Yeah.
And then probably more than that.
A little more, yeah. Sure. Either they were doing like
to
coding.
Be a 1%?
Yeah, or they're like having like a extremely popular like product or brand or website or fucking logistics, or they're just really killing it.
Just some sort of entrepreneur, just creating something, making some profits off of it.
That has extreme demand.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that... Ooh, I shouldn't do that. I think that there are a lot of people...
You're on me, by the way. There you go.
I think there are a lot of people that are super... All right, so let's talk about like 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, probably finish college. When I'm 25, I'll be finishing college.
Sure.
And then you get a job, and then you're pretty much chilling. That's what I like to think.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But if you don't go to college, and you don't like try to progress your career, you don't do anything, you just like work at a job, then I could understand why you're like struggling. But is that fair for those people just to work a job and still not be able to like afford to live, compared to me who was in that very same situation, but just because I have a piece of paper, and I guess it's more than a piece of paper, but you know,
you proved that you were educated,
right,
or that you have the ability to learn,
right,
and deal with hard tasks. That's what education sells us as a university, right? They're like, you're like,
it's expensive. Education is not cheap.
It's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap. But life's not cheap right now.
You're right.
Like as like a society, we're pretty stretched thin, and the young people are definitely suffering. It's because like I think that the older people are living longer, right? And then they're also holding those jobs, and they're holding the wealth longer too.
I think that.
And I don't think there's
they offer us jobs. Like the health care field is like booming because there's like so many old people.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
So it's interesting. And like,
how's cable still around? You know, it's because the only reason cable's around is because of the 55 and older.
They got tired of Netflix because you know, Netflix is doing all these things. Oh, you have to verify where you are.
Right.
Can't share accounts, all this jargon. They barely know how to work their computers.
Yeah.
So why would they continue to mess with all these emails, all these verification codes, all the this and that?
Have you been spying on me? Is this
your problem?
Yeah. So my grandfather, he holds the Netflix account.
Right.
It's just it's like his thing, you know. I convinced him when I was 11 to get Netflix, okay? In 2013, I convinced my grandfather to get Netflix. And so we would watch movies all the time together. And now, you know, it's almost 11 years now, he's had Netflix, and it's just more expensive. They added the household thing. Like, I think we have 4 households under the fucking same account. And every single time I have to, like, you know, I was on vacation. I watched fucking TV on vacation. Right. And so I called him. It was like, yo, can you confirm an email?
Oh my God.
And he's like, he's no young man. I mean, he's like, he's old, you know, like I love my grandfather, but he is getting older. And so he's going like through the emails, like we're having a long conversation. He's trying to rotate his phone, and I'm coaching him how to rotate his brand new iPhone. And I'm just like, damn, these are long conversations. And then, like eventually, like he confirms it, and then we're on our way. But like, yeah, it's so much technology, and it's so unnecessary. It's like, it's literally causing me a point of pain. You know, it's literally causing me a point of pain, which like as a brand builder or as like a software developer, you want to minimize point of pains, and maximize profit. But they have fucking
created a crazy one.
Dude. And thank God Netflix has no ads. I would get really fucking angry if Netflix has ads. When I watch things on Disney Plus. Do you
haven't recently.
Have you watched? Do you have Disney Plus?
I use my parents.
So that motherfucker, Disney, they really fucking hammer in the ads. I mean, they throw in a mid-roll ad. They throw in an end-roll ad. Yes, they do.
That's
you know
crazy.
Of course they do.
I haven't used it in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
When me and my girlfriend watch a movie, it's like the first part of the movie, the 20 minutes into the movie, and then like an hour into the movie. And it's like, dude... Like, can you
pay,
fucking
like,
not?
this amount every month?
Am I watching TV? Am I watching like daytime TV? No. Like, what's the payment for? If not, like, why can't this just be free on YouTube? You know, and I watch the ads there. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, they're double dipping on revenue. That's what
they are.
They're double dipping on revenue, and it's so disingenuous. And like, that's why Netflix, I kind of like Netflix, right? Hulu was the first one to do it.
Hulu does ads?
Yeah, Hulu was the first one to do ads on a streaming service.
I see.
And or like maybe it was Max, like HBO Max. But yeah.
So garbage.
I know.
Garbage people. Ashley's great uncle gave us DVDs, Blu-ray DVDs, and her grandpa bought us a
DVD
4K Blu-ray DVD player.
Wow, that's awesome.
Really nice of them. So yeah, we're gonna start watching some disc movies pretty soon once I finish school.
That's cool. That's actually awesome.
Yeah,
I miss the CDs. Like the CDs were cool.
I don't see why not go back to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're on me, by the way. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Are you good?
I'm good.
How do you feel like you've been like accurate with it?
I was just ahead of myself.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I mean, like, you know me, dude. I could talk all day about DVDs and how much I loved them. They were fantastic. But I haven't like messed with a DVD player since probably 2017.
I feel that.
You know, like since then, why would I? You know?
I think it's crazy. So I'm pretty sure, like, if let's say I wanted to watch Danny Phantom, right?
Sure.
You would have to pay for like every episode, right? And it's like what, $2 per episode, and then so like a season. Let's say a season's like 20 episodes.
Yeah, sure.
$2 per episode. That's like $40. But the DVD is like $6.99 or something at store, $17 or something, like way cheaper.
Sure.
So I think it's crazy that online it's like low key more expensive than like a disc.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
But discs are like on their way out. Like, have you?
Yeah, I know.
They don't produce them anymore.
Which is crazy.
Like some movies just don't get deals for disc. Like Dune. Dune did not get a disc deal.
Wow.
I think. Because I casually go to Walmart every now and then, just like walk around.
Looking for Dune?
Just looking around, you know? And occasionally I'll look at the DVD section and I'm like, man, these movies, they're like here and gone, you know? Like some movies like hit them theaters for 2 weeks and then they're on disc.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when movies would hit the theater and then the next day they're in the store.
Yeah, sure.
Nuts.
Do you feel like the hype going away?
Of movies?
Of life.
Of life. That was deep.
Right? Because like the hype is going away. And like I know that sounds crazy, but do you remember just like when a movie would come out and everybody would talk about it? Like It or
was it because we were
Avengers? I just don't think so. I think maybe that's true. Maybe like if we were in school, we would feel different about this. But like I just feel like nobody's hyped about things coming out anymore.
I can see that.
You know? Like when you listen, I just think that there's just like too many options now. There's way too many options and we're oversaturated in general. And so like a new movie coming out. Name one.
Yeah, I can't. I don't watch movies though, so
That's fair.
I'm not really in that mindset of ever being. I wasn't hyped for the Avengers movies when they were coming out because I didn't watch them, and I was so behind. Like the last Avenger movie that I watched was the one with like Loki, which is like probably the first one.
It's probably the first Avengers movie. Yeah.
So
what about like Oppenheimer? That was the last movie that like I got hyped for.
I think it's just because I don't watch movies, honestly.
I got hyped for Dune though. I will tell you that. Like I got so fucking hyped for Dune, and I'm reading the book now. The book's so fucking good too.
Which is gnarly. I could
Dude,
never.
the Dune book's so fucking good. I had a fucking crazy headache yesterday. Like when I was going to bed, like I couldn't even stand up. I just felt my pulse in my entire head, and I like couldn't walk around. I felt extremely drowsy. But once I sat down, I was fine. And so I read the book. I was just like reading a couple chapters of Dune. Even with a crazy headache, and I can barely focus. That book is so
flaming hot. That's crazy.
Phenomenal.
It's crazy.
Because it's like I've never read a book. Well, I've never seen a movie and then read the book, and the book is identical.
I see.
Scene for scene. It's almost like the book was written as a movie. If that makes sense.
Like they made the movie first.
Like
that's how you feel.
The author thought scene by scene.
I see.
Didn't think about like word by word. He thought scene by scene, it seemed like. Because it's like, I mean, of course they cut some shit out in the movie, but they're really not. I mean, they're cutting out like a lot of words because half the shit is body language and sound, you know? You can't put a whole fucking dialogue and expect people to stick with it. You need rapid action. And the Dune movie does phenomenal about like condensing the book and like using it scene for scene. It's pretty crazy.
Interesting.
It's pretty crazy. And
I have not seen Dune either. I think I need to.
Man.
You guys talk about it a lot.
I salivate over that fucking movie. It's so fucking good. It's like I don't think you need headphones, but you need the experience. You need a big screen. You need 4K. You need all the lights off. You need the sound blaring. You need good sound. You need good sound. Like, you need good speakers. And then you just need to be in that mood. And then have a couple snacks. Get a little. What's your favorite drink?
I'm a water guy myself. if it's not water, it's Sprite.
Okay,
if it's not Sprite, it's Fanta.
Okay, so you got some Sprite,
Fanta,
you got some
it's
Fanta.
Coke, it's all the same.
Yeah, and then you click on the movie, and then it's just like the sounds, the vibrations of the sounds are so good. Like they get into your fucking molecular structures, dude. It's so fucking good.
Molecular structures, dude.
Molecular
structure.
It's such a good movie. And I hate to be a fanboy over it, but my God, dude. It's like Star Wars all over again.
Fair.
Like it's like the next like sci-fi franchise that I actually can believe in. I really hope they don't fuck up the third movie. If they fuck up the third movie, I'm going to be
How many Dune books are there?
3.
Okay.
And actually you saw the book that it had, right?
I did.
It's 3 books in one.
Wow.
So it's like, I don't know, it's not a big book.
Are you at the first book still, or did you?
Yeah. I'm a slow reader.
Fair.
I'm the slowest reader on earth. I think I might be on like page 50 or something like that.
Fair.
It's been 2 days of reading, so yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna get some spoilers once you get to that third book.
Yeah, well, I was like flipping through it a little, but like I
Oh
still
my
didn't,
God.
I didn't understand any of it, but like, yeah, I'm trying to like catch up to the end of the second book.
Movie?
Yeah, and then start reading the third, and then watch the movie, and I'm gonna be like explosions in my brain. It's gonna be fantastic.
I can see it.
It's fantastic, and it's kind of hilarious that my supposed doppelganger, like you guys can
Back
judge.
in the day when you had the long curly hair, for sure.
Yeah,
That's what, like 2 or 3 months of hair growth, or is it more than that?
That might be a year, dude.
A
That might
year
be
of hair growth?
Yeah,
That's
that might be a
nuts.
year of hair growth. From here,
From your point,
my hair right now, it would take a year and a half.
damn.
For sure, yeah.
So he needs to get the buzz.
Could
That's
you imagine
quicker.
the third movie? He has
He
a
gets
buzz.
a buzz and he looks like you. That'd be fucking nuts. That'd be too much.
What's the other kid? The kid from Stranger Things? One of them's got to get a buzz.
One of the people that you think looks like you,
Yeah.
that the collective of Oruga thinks looks like you,
Yeah.
needs to get a buzz.
I
for
know.
sure.
I know.
Just
Yeah.
to prove the theory.
I mean, like, there's been comments on the YouTube here and there of like teasing me that I look like they're typing in Atreides or they're typing in Dune or some shit like that. They were like referencing me, I guess.
They called you the Dune character?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But like,
Man, you should have stuck with it and kept rolling. Roll that ball.
nah, I'm okay.
That's hilarious.
I want them to.
Is he a weird character?
Who? Oh, the main character.
Is he? I don't even know.
You gotta watch, dude.
Yeah, I do.
He's
I gotta
the
watch
Messiah, ironically.
The Messiah.
They call him the Mushahadin. They call him like
The Mushahadin. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I actually looked it up. It's wise mouse, but it's not, in Arabic.
That's
But,
crazy.
yeah, they
Dude.
reference the Catholic Bible in the Dune movie. Yeah, it's fucking weird. I don't know what the lineage of it is, but like, I think what they do is I'm not gonna talk about Dune's lore. I don't.
That's a
I'm
lot.
about to get.
That's a
I'm
lot.
about to get so nerdy. I don't want to do
Jesus Christ. I will say though, with movies,
Mhm.
it is like Disney. I can see it doing a lot. They'll take a movie like
Mhm.
The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, sure.
They'll make a remake of that, and then they'll
Mhm.
make another one,
Mm-hmm.
or like Cinderella. There's probably like 7 Cinderellas now.
Yeah, sure.
That really bums me out. I really don't like how unoriginal the movies are getting.
Yeah.
I don't like sequels to movies that like
Mhm.
have a pretty perfect ending, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Right.
I would really like to see some new stuff. I feel like our past couple years, like
Mhm.
for Disney at least, they have not been creating a lot of new stuff
Mm-mm.
comparative to what they're doing back in the day.
Yeah. Agreed. Like all those like 2010s movies where they like did like Wreck-It Ralph, and just like Big Hero 6 and what's another one? Inside Out, just shit like that. Like that's new concepts, right? New franchises. But then they like fucking add on to this franchise.
Yep.
It's like chill out, dude. Like can you not make a new set of toys? I was thinking about this. I keep seeing Mario ads. All right, it's like I don't want to shout out the fucking Mario ad, but the thing is, Mario, the game, the Nintendo game's been around for so fucking long, and they're still pumping games out of Mario. Like,
For sure.
dude, you don't have new shit. You don't have new ideas. That's the oldest fucking game in the book.
I fuck with some of the Mario games.
Yeah.
I fuck with some of them.
But
Not all of them.
Are you talking about like but when you say you fuck with them, you're talking about probably Nintendo 64 or 60.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like
You know?
10-year-old games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing really new.
20-year-old games now, dude.
Shit.
They're 20-year-olds.
Shit.
Yeah, those games are
You're
fucking
right.
old as shit.
They are old as fuck.
You have to blow into the
Dude.
fucking cartridges and then dude.
There's a game that I do want to play, which is like a remake of the OG like Mario RPG,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't like. For the most part, what I've heard is that they didn't change like any of the story or any of the game. They just like recolored it
Yeah.
and just upped the graphics on it.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to play that. That
Yeah.
seems fun.
Yeah. I remember like playing that game a little bit on Nintendo 64, but I didn't catch into it. I didn't like
Fair.
the 64. I always thought, I was like, why am I playing this? Xbox is out.
Right.
You know?
That's
Like,
hilarious. Yeah. That's how it is. That's the vibe.
yeah. And now it's like the VR is out. You know?
Fuck. Dude, I haven't played games in so fucking long.
Neither have I.
I've only been playing fucking mobile games, and it's only because I want to make one so fucking bad.
You've been talking, dude. Fuck off. You've been wanting to make a mobile. We were talking about schematics of a mobile game. We were talking about where we're gonna get accepted. We were talking about the code. We were talking about the color patterns. We were talking about the functions of the game, and you never wanted to.
Never did it.
You never did it.
I need to, dude. I would. What
I was gonna
would
do all the. I was gonna do all the like. Was it the colorization? I was gonna do all the fucking animations
art
of it.
and
Yeah, the
everything.
art, and you're like,
I'm just a lazy guy. I'm just too
Mm-mm.
chill.
You're like, I got ideas, bro.
I think my problem is that like most of my like great feats of doing impressive shit come from a point of stress.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
waking up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
The third alarm has to go off for me to have that superhuman amount of energy to get up and go take a fucking shower.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you
know
take
what I mean?
showers in the morning?
I showers in the morning, afternoon, and night.
You
3
do
showers
not,
a day.
You do not take 3 showers a
3
day.
showers a day.
Why do you take 3 showers a day?
I'm just a stinky guy. Just need a shower. Need to be clean as a whistle.
3 you know, I think I took 4 showers this week. Like, I'm in the past 7 days, 4 showers for
That's
sure.
nuts.
Yeah.
You shouldn't say that online.
Who cares?
I'm joking.
Somebody could be like, ooh,
You stinky.
ooh,
He
you
forgot to
stinky.
shower
Bro,
today.
everybody fucking showers. And if you don't shower, don't talk about it. Like, I don't know.
It's fair.
Anyways,
I just need that.
why
like,
do you do
stress
that?
Motivation.
Why do you do that?
I don't know.
Why do you shower 3 times a day?
Oh, shower 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Well, it's just my schedule. Like, I wake up in the morning, I feel gross. I go in the shower.
Okay.
And then when I come home, I've been doing shit all day long. I want to shower. I don't really want to sit on my couch. I don't want to sit on my bed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to change into clean clothes.
Sure.
If I haven't showered, because I feel gross.
That's fair.
And then also,
do you do this in the winter?
Yeah, every season.
You do this in every season.
Yeah.
Really?
Usually it's
Even
2 showers a day.
Okay.
But if I work or if I'm like walking at school all day,
yeah,
then it's 3.
Interesting.
But if I'm not working, it's just 1 in the morning, then 1 at night.
How's your place look, by the way? Have you like?
It's coming together.
Do you need like?
I need to put up a shelf above our
Yeah.
laundry machines. We
Okay.
bought laundry machines.
Oh, cool. You bought laundry machines?
Yeah.
Good for you.
So I need
for
to put
you.
up a shelf.
Pre-used, right?
No.
Pre-owned? You
Brand
bought
new.
Brand new.
I'm still in debt. I'm like $700 in debt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm slowly paying it off. I'm going to take as long as possible. That's going to be
Mhm.
like the thing that sets my credit to buy a house.
Okay. Okay.
For sure.
Sure. Good for you.
Probably won't, but it'll boost my credit score a little bit.
Yeah.
Be nice little kick.
Yeah. Separate units.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to do 2, or like they sell machines that are like 2 in 1, a washer and a dryer in one machine.
Yeah, like mine.
It's like 1 hole though. I don't know if yours is 1 hole.
Oh.
And it's not even like stacked. It's like 1 unit.
Yeah.
But
that's
like
weird.
it takes a long time. Like
Yeah.
it takes probably like I think 4 hours, and then it's a lot. And they do yours is 1 unit. It's probably 2 holes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They do. I was thinking
2
about doing
separate
that.
things. Yeah. 2 separate functions. Yeah.
What I really
do
wanted.
you interior design though? Come on. Like, do you do shit?
Not for real. Ashley does most of that.
Okay.
We have some signs up. We have some decor pillows.
Okay. I'm
Nothing
not
too
asking you
crazy.
to do like this shit I do in this apartment, but like, do you do your own? Like, do
Me
you make
personally, no.
Do you make your space yours? That's all I'm asking.
I have a personal space. It's
Okay.
pretty messy. It's just a desk, and it has a box that hasn't been unpacked. It has a couple bills on it. And that's it. It's actually pretty clean now that I think about it.
Good for
Like
you.
the desk is clean. I can see the desk.
Mm-hmm.
I can see my bills.
Yeah.
I can see where my computer should be, but it's never there because I never open my backpack when I go home.
Okay.
Well, I do
Okay.
when I have homework. Once that point of stress comes, and I have that homework assignment that's due in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Struggles.
Just not hearing a lot of
Me making games.
No. You making your you didn't even touch that backyard. I remember
did
you were
not.
bullshitting with me when you first moved in. You're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make this like, yeah, it's a good idea, Preston. Like, oh man, make up this backyard. Yeah, like,
Yeah, I need to do that. You're right.
you literally could make a canopy. You could have the vines train up the canopy.
I think I'm gonna if I really was gonna do it, I think I'd do it when it's in the fall
Okay.
because there won't be as many leaves. I don't like plants. I'm not a plants guy. I'm not a poison ivy guy. You know what I mean?
You know, poison ivy at your place.
So,
Do you ever walk to the river?
I have actually.
Yeah?
I haven't really got into it, but I've.
You like walked up to? I bet you have
Yeah.
a trail right there, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is.
You got a lot of random people like
Walking by
yeah,
all the time.
All the time.
It's super weird.
Yeah.
Super
But
weird.
like, are they weird or do you just feel like it's weird?
I feel like it's weird because it's so close to my place.
Yeah.
And you just hear like someone having a conversation while you're chilling in your living room or something.
Mm-hmm.
When you have your window open,
Yeah.
you hear like a conversation and you're
Right.
like, what in tarnation are they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And they walk away.
Yeah.
It just feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do they know I'm here? What if I just started yelling refusively?
Probably just walk away. I mean, you
Right.
are by the sidewalk. You know.
It is true.
You're by
I
the
don't think I've
sidewalk.
ever lived by a sidewalk. I think that's the issue.
Gotcha. Yeah, neither have I, to be honest. I mean, actually, I have. My last place was really close to the sidewalk, and they would often use it. You know, like people
Right.
would often use it. And we would hear some sketchy shit all the time, and so
I haven't
yeah.
heard anything sketchy yet.
that's
Thank God.
good. You're not in a sketchy area though. You're
That's
just
good.
the weirdest people are like the father who's barely around who like wants to go fishing with his son once a year. You know, I'm assuming that's the crowd, right?
Yeah. Some strangers for sure.
Yeah, true strangers. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got, man.
Dude, if I made a mobile game though, I would definitely have it to be a big dopamine thing, like
sure,
big ass numbers.
Sure.
Like you would think that the achievements that you've gotten to in the game, you would think they would be like ridiculous.
Sure.
It's like there's no way I have $2 million. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm throwing it down. Imagine Cookie Clicker, right?
Okay.
You know that game? You're aware?
I don't play games like that. I don't play games, bro.
There's this game on Steam called Banana Clicker or some shit like that. You click it after a certain amount of time, it gives you a banana skin that you can sell on the Steam marketplace. My game would give you a skin every like 5 minutes, and it'll give you like 5 skins, random skins, instead of like every day. It'll be every 5 minutes. So then you'd have like a shit ton of items in a couple of days. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it'll just be ridiculous. It'd be absolutely ridiculous. The numbers would be crazy. And I'd put like an increase to how many skins you get. You could upgrade it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So then you could probably have like 500 a second. 500 items a second. It'd be nuts. I would do that. Okay. I would make the most obnoxious mobile game ever.
Okay.
Super obnoxious.
You
would see someone playing it, and you just see like lights. You wouldn't even be able to read numbers. You wouldn't know what game they're playing. You just see like lights and art.
Sure.
That's what I want.
Just like fireworks.
Just chaos. I'd want chaos. That would be fun as fuck.
Okay.
Like you've advanced so much in the game.
Right.
That you broke it. That's what I want.
Okay. Like you see trillions and gazillions and bazillions and numbers that don't even exist.
For sure.
Sure.
The numbers go off the screen.
Yeah. And
after like an hour of gameplay.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of visuals. I'm hearing a lot of animations. I'm hearing a lot of skins. That's a lot of designing. Unless you can steal some skins from other platforms or other like icon databases, something along that line. But yeah,
dude, I want to make it.
You talk so much shit, dude.
I do talk a lot. I do speak a lot. Every episode, I'm inventing something. I swear to God.
I know, and you're like,
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be.
Go do it yourself.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You do come up with some crazy ideas. There was a few ideas that God,
rest in peace.
There's a few ideas that we've had over time doing this podcast, like having the Harambe statue erected at the Cincinnati Zoo for the 10-year anniversary of his death, or I guess 10-year mourning of his death, something like
Celebration of life.
Celebration of life, sure. On the 10th year of him dying, yeah, something like that. And so that was a brilliant idea. There's a couple other brilliant ideas. Oh, EMP guns.
EMP guns.
That
would come in clutch.
That's a big one. I want that.
Dude, I was actually watching some clips of like soldiers fighting and like ongoing skirmishes going around the world, gunfights and shit.
Sure.
Dude, the enemy is the drone for sure right now.
Yeah.
Like I'll see drones go up to soldiers, and they have to like be fucking god tier marksmen and fucking shoot down the drone. And like their drone has like a explosive on it, a payload or some short, and the drone just fucking explodes.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of videos like that, and it's like fuck. You're so good to shoot the drone, but are you good enough to dodge all the shrapnel that it's about to create? It's fucking nuts.
Drone dogfight?
It's like it was drone versus human. It wasn't even like human versus human, and it just felt wrong.
Versus human in battle. This is like a horrible search. What's a good video?
It was a short.
It was a short? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll find it.
What's another way to search for it?
Soldier survives drone.
Okay. Soldier survives drone. Soldier survives drone.
Battle or some shit.
Would this be a good one?
Wait, scroll down a little bit to the next one. It might be that next
Man,
one.
That was a crazy one too. This one. Do you want this one?
Yeah.
Man, these are really fucking
I
horrific.
think that was the one I saw.
This one?
It might be. It might not be though. It might. That looked like a different angle. This is a different one. This is him like begging.
This is some crazy shit.
I think it was that second one.
Up here. This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
No, it actually wasn't
So
this one.
He hit it though. Did you see that? He hit the drone.
With his like rifle.
A bag. I don't know.
something.
Something like that, yeah.
And it exploded.
Yeah. This is some gnarly shit though.
It just feels morally wrong.
That they have to fight. Yeah.
A machine.
A machine
That's
fights
like
a
so
human.
much better than them.
Mm-hmm. Well, they don't have the loss of life, you know? That's somebody's kid. That's somebody's son. You can get to that reaction mode. I didn't find the video. You're fine.
Yeah. Someone's dad, yeah, for sure.
Somebody's child, you know? And it's such a bummer because, like, those EMP guns, though, that
would
will
come in clutch.
be some shit. Yeah. Because, like, I'm assuming that there's going to be a robot that won't be harmed by a single bullet. You know, maybe
Right.
you have to harm the drone or robot or, you know, the mechanics with multiple shots. Or even like, yeah, it's just like a simple bullet would not do the trick. And so like having like a bullet that would like attach itself to the device and then having an EMP or like just shooting a
Generalized like wave
at
of energy.
Right. That can go up to almost like a mile or something
Right.
like that. Yeah.
Just disable all electronics in like a mile radius and
Of that beam, of that
Yeah.
straight beam. Yeah. But then you'd be like, then you're having those conversations of like whole towns fucking going
That's true.
dark because you shot a gun, you shot an EMP gun. But
Right.
like, that's the kind of world we're going to live in soon. Real soon. Like,
think about. I think it might come in handy though. Like in a lot of the third world countries, like I know there's a war going on right now in not Ukraine, but
Yemen.
Yemen and Hamas. No, that's the terrorist group.
Are you talking about Israel and the Gaza Strip?
Yeah.
There's the Gaza Strip.
I could see. I would not be surprised if there are drones flying through there right now.
Of
like,
course.
destroying towns. So
Okay.
would you rather have those drones come into a town and like murk a lot of people or lose some technology? You know what I mean? Like I think I'd rather disable the drones
Yeah.
and lose technology than like have the drones come in and like kill a lot of people.
Because theoretically, you're not going back into the Stone Age. If the Gaza
Right.
Strip,
The worst thing that you could be hidden is like something like a power plant that could like malfunction or a
Sure.
hospital.
yeah, like
Those are the big
especially a
things.
fucking nuclear power plant,
Yeah, that would be catastrophic.
that would be deadly. That'd be extremely deadly. And let's say they didn't calibrate the EMP gun correctly, and it's just a weapon that shoots across the earth. You know, the beam
Oh
like
my
could
God,
like
that'd be
curve
crazy.
with like with gravity or I don't know. I actually
think that
I'm
it
too
would have
big.
to be super strong. Like you'd have to have a big ass battery for that
Yeah.
or something like
That's-
power source.
That's very true. I think the idea of like a feasible firearm type of bullet that attaches itself to a device and then creates an electromagnetic like EMP that disables the device. It's more like contact instead of sending a wave over.
Right.
It's probably a good way to get around like all that destruction of other devices, but like I don't know.
I think I'm a
I'd-
fan of being able, like this room that we're in right now.
Sure.
Like maybe double the size of this room.
Mm-hmm.
And like I stand on that side and then I have this whole length plus another whole length.
Okay.
I think that field of area
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to turn off and on. The EMP should have that reach.
Yeah,
I think that's all I would need.
That's almost like an EMP grenade of some sort, like almost like a radius that you create that you destroy all electronics.
Instead of having like something super crazy high powered that would shut off like this whole building.
Not a beam, but more of an area.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like 35 feet too. That's not too crazy. 40 feet's not crazy either. So, yeah. Wow.
I think in close corners, that would go so hard. You'd be really good.
Especially that Russian guy,
Yeah.
I would assume that dropped from higher than 100 feet.
Right.
That bomb right here, this guy.
Yeah, if he was able to shoot it with it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. This is such a crazy video that they allow because they show the Russian soldier, throwing a grenade. But I'm sure he's not the first Russian soldier to be targeted by these grenade dropping drones. And so that's really sad. It's a weird video to release.
That's fucking nuts.
It's really sad, actually, because like some of these Russian soldiers are prisoners of Russia that are enlisted and, kind of put in shitty situations that would be sacrificial.
Right.
So like the Russians are almost like sacrificing some of their criminalistic soldiers, that have records and that have been in prison before and that they were, enlisted and put into war. And so it's kind of sad. The whole fucking that whole situation's weird. It's still going on.
It is. It's not
still going on. I wonder.
Dude, how long has it been going on? I forgot. My lines have blurred.
I know, right?
But I remember watching the draft, basically. Them dragging the teenagers. I remember everyone running over to different countries and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Just for some power-hungry elites to obtain more area to control, you're going to put a lot of these innocents in quite a turmoil. A state of turmoil.
A state of turmoil. Yeah, so...
Bro, we got ads right now.
On what?
On our video.
What do you mean?
Ads will run shortly for some viewers.
Okay, cool.
Super interesting.
We have no current viewers. But... Wow.
Kyle Braggs. Welcome to the YouTube. We can see the chat.
Thank you, Kyle. So, what are we gonna... I just wanted to figure out, like, what was the current state of the Ukraine war.
I see.
But I don't think we're gonna Ukraine war. But I think it was since start date. Oh, it says 2014. That's not fucking true. That was the coup. What was...
Fair.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on right now. NATO allies call China a decisive enabler.
Oh, yeah. China was supplying
Were they supporting
Russia? Yeah, they were supplying Russia. And did you see the videos of Kim Jong-un with they were using like a Russian-built car? Did you see this?
No, what? In tarnation? No way. Russia and Kim Jong-un dab each other up and give each other cars.
Yeah, what's his name? His name is Putin, right? Putin.
Vladimir.
And then what's the other guy?
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. This video. Yeah, you never saw this?
Is this recent?
Yeah, super recent.
No way.
Super fucking recent.
I can't even believe this guy's still alive.
3 weeks ago, by the way.
That's nuts.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago for this one. But yeah.
We love Kim Jong-un over here. He's a great guy.
Kim Jong-un got into a car driven by Putin, and it was a Russian-made car. The Russian president, Vladimir Putin, drove the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, and what looks like a Chrysler.
Man,
that rude,
literally looks like one of those cars from like the Holocaust. I'm not even gonna lie, like modernized. Like,
it looks like
what is that?
It looks like a Rolls.
It does look like a Rolls.
So 2 liters. Oh fuck. This is super shoddy footage. That's probably the first time he'd driven in a couple years, though, right?
Nah, they have cars in North Korea.
You think Putin drives every day? Look
you're
me
right.
in the eyes. He doesn't.
No, he probably does. Let's be real. It's Putin.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know why this is so significant, though. Like, do you think they do anything in that car? Probably not, right?
Nah.
They can't speak to each other.
Right.
You know, unless they have the Did they walk out with a
translator?
Yeah, I wonder if that guy behind was the translator, but we don't know.
Super interesting. Super interesting.
And I find this guy to be weird too. Zelensky?
Yeah, he's definitely
He's a weird guy.
an interesting person.
Yeah, Zelensky's he's an interesting character. I just feel like he's such an American pawn. Like,
Yeah,
I feel
for
like
sure.
he's just so American pawn because the way he talk, like, what is this fucking title? I gotta look at it. Hitler's methodology is no different to the policy of Putin in Ukraine. Come on, dude.
It's
Are
insane.
you kidding me? If anything, the United States of America and NATO.
Are you gonna say some sketchy things on stream? Well, I will say for
I'm
you,
not gonna do this.
the U.S. is the most, like, they've lied the most throughout history. You know, they fool their people all the time. Like, oh, we have no involvement in this, or oh, this is this guy's fault. This is why we're going to war with them. And then
Yeah,
you come to realize that everything that you said for a reason for us to go to war with them was a lie made up by your own government.
Sure.
Which is super crazy.
Super crazy. It's super crazy. Like, NATO encroached onto Ukraine, you know, and NATO was wanting to have Ukraine join NATO, and that was a red line for Russia. Russia and Putin said directly that we don't want to be border with any NATO country. Like, that's a red line. Don't have Ukraine enter NATO. And they did. And then here we are. But the thing is, you know, those Ukrainian soldiers are dying with American equipment, you know?
Right.
They're dying in an American made.
I think there already was a base established
In Ukraine?
I would not be surprised.
Of course. You saw that coup in 2014. Like,
Fair,
yeah, of course. Orchestrated by the CIA, you know, supposedly.
I wouldn't be
Supposedly.
surprised.
And so it's a pretty shitty situation all around. And I just do not understand why Zelensky would say that. You know, we've forced Ukraine to go to war with Russia. And so all those, whose hand has all the blood on it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's a very complicated situation. You can't blanket statement anything about it. Same thing with the war in Gaza.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, that's a really sketchy situation.
I just would not be surprised if the U.S. was behind the Ukrainian war, if it was just, you know, whatever story that the U.S. puts up for the reasoning of the Ukraine and Russia war. It's literally just because of us fucking with some shit that we shouldn't have been fucking with.
Yeah. Same thing with the idea of COVID, you know what I'm saying? COVID seems a little interesting. You know, COVID, you know what I'm saying?
So many countries have so much dirt on them.
Dirt on who?
Like, you know, that one was on China. That's the big thing.
Sure.
We were hearing, like, oh, China
Yeah.
was trying to do some tests and got out of hand.
But that gain to function research was being funded by Americans. American corporations. And even, who is that? Who is that Italian guy who's the head of the CDC? Or he's the spokesman for the CDC that's American?
I'm not too sure.
You know his fucking name.
Italian guy.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders?
No. Everybody was a big fan of him. He was the spokesman during 2020. And he was
I don't know. We're going to have to look it up.
We are going to have to look it up.
This is the time where Nolan would come in clutch.
CDC. Fauci. Anthony Fauci.
I remember, yes.
You remember Anthony Fauci?
I remember hearing that a couple times.
Yeah, Fauci was, you know, he was
the right or wrong.
He was funding gain to function research. I wonder if I can look that up. How do you Anthony
He directly was. It was proven.
Anthony Fauci gain. Oh shit! See how it's already cut it out? Isn't that fascinating? First pitch. Give me a break. Oh my god, I'm struggling. Okay, we're just gonna do this. Fauci, delete.
I believe in your skills.
FAUCI, and then gain Wow, to function.
Gain to
research.
function research.
Document. All right, so this is the Intercept.
2021.
Factcheck.org. All right, we're gonna do 2021.
Do you trust the Intercept?
Maybe not.
Do you want to do factcheck.org?
I want to do DuckDuckGo. Man, shit. Man,
This is going to be a task, isn't it?
I'm sorry, guys. We're really struggling here. Copy,
He can do it.
paste.
He can do it.
I can do it. Email show. MSN. I believe that one.
You believe MSN?
Kind of. But I want to see the headline. I guess I can't. Are we ready? Email show Fauci privately acknowledged gain of function research at Wuhan lab. That's kind of saying what I want to say. I don't know.
Is this showing that he's like aware of it, or he knew about it prior?
He funded it.
Yeah. Wait,
I'm pretty
Fauci
sure he
knew the gain
Reveals-
prior to COVID.
Yeah. Claims that there was no evidence that the virus was produced in a laboratory. There's just a lot of shady shit with this stuff. Let's see if there's a better. Did Fauci fund gain of... Okay, Snopes. I hate Snopes. Did Fauci fund gain of function research, thereby causing the pandemic? Unproven.
How will
Okay, so during a May 10th, 2021 airing of it was Tucker Carlson claimed that the National Institute of Health, the NIH, director Anthony Fauci helped provide funding for gain-to-function research at a facility in Wuhan, China, that supposedly led to the COVID-19 pandemic. That's a tough one, but this is Snopes, guys. So we're still
Snopes and Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, but if Tucker actually did that in 2021, that's pretty crazy. That's a year after. You know how controversial that would have been?
Still controversial.
That's still controversial.
For sure.
And I know people who still love Anthony Fauci. Like, if I said that, if I talked any shit about Anthony Fauci, they would hate me for it.
That's nuts.
Like, they personally love him like a friend. You know? Like, there's so... Do you know the love of Donald Trump, right?
Right.
Some people just love Donald Trump. Do you remember the love of Biden in 2020?
I don't.
There's a couple...
I don't know anyone that was, like, crazy about Biden.
Really? I remember a lot of people crazy about Biden, actually. I remember a lot of people that were crazy for Biden.
I really don't.
That's interesting.
I was living with my parents at that time.
Sure.
My family members weren't too crazy about it.
Yeah.
Just because of all the crazy stuff he would say, like, if you vote for me, you're not black, and all that other crazy stuff that he would say.
Yeah,
and his past and history and everything.
The N-word, recordings were pretty cool.
My parents would, like, literally sit me down and have, like, long conversations and, like, scold me, like, look at the way the country is. A young black man can't do this in this country. You can't do that. Look, even both the presidents are saying crazy things about all these different types of people just because of their color. Da, 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 da.
Right.
All that jargon. Not fun.
It's not fun. It's not fun. How do you feel? You're a black man.
I voted for Kanye West.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't a big fan
of
our presidents.
I wrote in Harambe.
You did not write in Harambe.
You're correct. I didn't.
This guy. But honestly, looking back at it, I've said this before, I wish that Trump would have won the last election. And, Biden at this current point in time, Biden would probably be too old to run.
Yeah.
So we would probably have, like, a lot of fresh new blood in the office right now.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, though. I'm glad that Biden won this time. To be like, do you remember the craze that when Trump was in office?
Right.
The craze was ginormous.
It was pretty gnarly.
Everybody had Twitter. Everybody had Twitter to check what Donald Trump tweeted, and if they didn't have Twitter, they saw Donald Trump's tweets.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some fucking meme account got to them.
Yeah, but now it's like, it's never going to end.
Yeah, but at least
The media.
Do you remember how demonized they did Trump? They talked about
They made
Trump.
so much money off of that, though.
They
That's
did.
why.
But I like that we didn't have Trump back to back. If we had Trump to back, we couldn't sustain it. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. Something would have happened for sure.
As a nation, we took a nap.
Yeah.
For the last 4 years.
But if
feels
we
like
go
we took a
back to
nap.
it, it's just going to be more fuckery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at least we'll have a little bit less war, right?
I can see that.
Supposedly. We'll suppose we might have a little less war, and we might be able to have cheaper gas,
Sure.
Gas was fucking cheap when Trump was in. But like, I don't know, it's just going to be weird. And that's the only two options, which is ironic. And everybody's pretty quiet about the election. That shit's in November, dude. You know how quiet everybody is about the election?
Nuts.
It's pretty quiet. Nobody talks about it. You remember how much people would talk about it in 2020?
Right. Yeah,
Everybody was
insane.
talking about it. But like the last debate, I didn't fucking watch it. I have talked to so many people. Nobody watched it.
No one watched it.
I didn't see anybody watch it. I haven't seen
crazy.
anybody talk about it. I haven't seen a word about it in public. I'm not talking to every single person in my life about it, but like, it's just different now. Everybody's kind of like embarrassed of it, so they don't even talk about it anymore. That's my thoughts.
I could see that.
Because it's like everybody already has a predecision. Who's on the fence? Who's
I'm on the fence.
Okay.
I can tell you that right now. I have no clue who to vote for.
Sure.
Like, I'm about to start pretty soon, like, watching the news and figure out about these other extra candidates I can vote for. Vote for one of them.
Yeah, this
Someone
might be
with some intelligence.
This might be the biggest third-party year.
You think so?
I hope so.
I just wish people would vote third. You know how much it would fuck things up if we all voted
Third party?
Yeah, and they actually got it and they won. You know how much fuckery would happen? How much change would be insane.
It would feel like a rug was pulled under us.
Under the government.
Yeah, and the government would like throw out so much propaganda about how the third party swindled America.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Those commercials, I bet they're... Oh, man. And what the fuck is RFK? Is he Green Party? I think he's Green Party, right?
I don't know.
He's got to be.
Not a fan of Mr. RFK.
RFK Party. Why?
I just feel like he's
you
like a
always
loser.
talk shit about him.
I will stick to that. It's like if, I hate to say it, but it's like if you ran for president, I would not support you in your current state. Maybe if you had like some accomplishments, like at least you have a podcast. You know what I'm saying? This RFK guy doesn't have shit.
He's not Democrat.
No way he is.
Junior. I gotta put Junior.
I think I heard that like his whole family.
We the people. That's right. I do remember that. We
I think
the
his
people.
whole family is like Democratic, and then he's going. Is he Republican or Democratic? I actually don't know.
I think
he's leaning towards something that his like family doesn't like, and he's like disowned from his own family.
I don't think that shit's real. Actually,
You don't think so?
no, I don't think any of that's real.
Interesting.
I don't believe any of that stuff. I think that's propaganda. I remember a lot of videos of RFK Jr. ran a Super Bowl ad.
Okay.
And it was exactly the same ad as John F. Kennedy's political ad in 1962, something like that. I don't remember. But maybe 1960s. I'm not a fucking historical person. But it was the same ad as John F. Kennedy's, okay? And then, like, the next day, there was, like, literally 15 major, corporate news came out and said his family did not like him using the same ad, but do you really think he wouldn't talk to the family about using a similar ad?
I can see that.
It's not ruffling any feathers. Like, what do you... Come on. Like, it just made sense. I just think that corporate media's against... I just think they're against,
Yeah, they're just the ops.
Yeah. Like,
they're the ops, for sure.
There is no corporate media saying good shit about
Anything.
RFK.
Anything.
They don't need that. They're like...
They're not making money off of positivity.
No, they're making money off of either shitting on the opposite, right? So that's RFK, and that's either Trump or Biden, you know? Or you're just talking about natural disasters.
Some shit, yeah, for sure.
News is weird now. I just don't like news. I used to love news when I was a kid, but now
I feel the same way.
It's just weird now. It feels like they're trying to program me to think a certain way, you know? And when I talk to people who watch news a lot, they feel programmed. They feel reactive. Like if I say a key pop culture word that has a lot of people like ruffled up and like upset, they react to it and they like pick a side. And it's like, what do you do? This is the human language, and you just fucking jumped out of your chair for some beliefs that you were told on TV. Like, what is going on in your mind?
It's pretty gnarly.
So gnarly. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the news either. I do think it's just a lot of propaganda, and they really do never have anything positive to say about anyone. But this RFK guy, I don't know, man. I think that he really is playing, like, I don't know. I really feel like he's just juicing the name. That's how I feel.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he wrote a book.
I think he needs something. Like,
he needs accomplishment.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. Does he need to be a senator for you to be comfortable? Does he need to be
He's not even a senator?
I don't think he's ever served in the government. I don't think he's ever served in the government.
Dude, this dude literally just is somehow related to... That's like if someone was related to Abraham Lincoln and they just came up and were like, I'm running for president. I'm related to Abraham Lincoln. I'm about to save this country.
Mm-hmm. What? I don't know. What should I do? I think senator? No. Served in government. I think that's what I'm going to do. Served in gov.
Like, does this guy even have a job? Did he ever have a job?
Okay, so
District
Robert
attorney.
Francis Kennedy Jr. Began his career as an assistant district attorney in New York City. In the mid-'80s, he joined a nonprofit focused on environmental protection. I don't think he's ever served in the government before. Yeah, I don't think he's ever served the government before. So this would be the first time he served. But I mean, that's not too crazy, I would assume, right? Like Reagan. I don't think Reagan served.
Really?
Might be talking shit again. I don't know.
I have no clue.
Trump for sure.
No. Yeah, Trump for sure.
Trump for sure.
Trump was a crazy one. He did decent. Like, at least he was able to compete. You know what I mean? He didn't get washed up too crazy.
Seems like it. But he had a crazy war cabinet still. Trump did. But
who are our other people that we can vote for?
That's it.
Nah, there's not 3. There has to be like 5 people.
Who's
going to be on my ballot?
Presidential
candidates?
Sure, I'll do that. Candidates 2024 polls. Let's do polls. Polls seem fun.
Let's see it.
I don't trust any of these. We're going DuckDuckGo. I gotta tell you, next episode, I want my fucking backspace back.
I got you, bro. I got you.
I gotta have my backspace. Well,
does it say names?
So they just have Trump and Biden. That's it. Other. And they list other. And that's so funny.
Yeah, who is other? That's what I want to know.
I think it's RFK, and that's it.
Let's see those numbers, though. Let's see how much others.
So national, 43% Biden, 44.88% Trump.
That's pretty close. And then 12% other.
Other, yeah.
Man.
And so let's see a swing state. I always like Ohio. Ohio was wrong in 2020.
Rhode Island. Look at that Rhode Island one. That's insane.
Yeah. Look at this Maryland one. Fuck. Minnesota, I figure, would do a little better too, but... Ohio. Damn, son. That's crazy.
It's nuts.
25% of Massachusetts. That's fucking insane.
Did the other win in any state?
That's a good question. I don't think they would show those kind of numbers, though. Do you think they would show those kind of numbers? No.
No. They were close.
And what's
some three-way ties.
That one's close. Rhode Island's pretty
There's
close.
another one that was further down that was pretty close.
Really? I'll go back down.
Yeah.
No. This is pretty close.
That one. It
Tennessee.
was like 30-31 right in the next row. Yeah.
That's
nuts.
Maine. Why did they do this? Interesting.
It's a Maine? Oh, yeah.
I guess they
it's like
split up
split in
Maine.
two. Huh.
Yeah. This one's pretty crazy. That seems like Trump. I don't actually know. But that one's pretty close. Maine's pretty close to being an even split. Illinois is kind of something. Nebraska's kind of split. Just a little. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be a scary time. Because everyone always gets so emotional about this. Whoever wins, people get damn emotional.
Is there a way to look at the others somehow?
Yeah. It looks like they're really leaning on the Republicans winning the electoral college.
Barely, like 10. 10
points, though.
Yeah.
But you think they don't skew these things?
Yeah, you're right.
They probably skew this shit.
So how does that the electoral college? I never really understand that. So it's the senators voting?
No, so the electoral college is, I don't know what they base the numbers off of, but it's either,
It's like the number. It's like it has to do with like the population
kind
and
of
how many like of these government.
Yeah, I don't know how they elect a certain amount of numbers to go to a state. It's kind of based off population, but it's not purely based off population. But yeah, most of those, I don't know how to say it. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue as well.
I don't know. I don't know what they base the electoral college off of. But each state gets a number, and they add those numbers up.
For
you know,
sure.
that's it.
Who puts in the votes for electoral college?
Oh, man, I do not know that one either. Can I
ask you to Google?
Sure. Give me a
Get to work.
Give me a good Google search. You know,
Who chooses the electoral college vote?
Who determines the electoral
there it is.
college? Okay, I do not.
Presidential electors is formed every 4 years.
The process is described in Article 2 of the United States Constitution. Each state appoints electors under the method described by its literature. Legislature. Excuse me, folks. Equal in the number to its congressional delegation, totaling in 538 electors. That didn't really give me any fucking information. What do they determine it off of, though? I feel like that was a good question.
Man.
Voters in each state choose electors to serve in the electoral college. The state executive of each state signs the certificate of what's this?
It's a special type of certificate.
What's this word?
Assertment?
Assertment to appoint the electors chosen in the general election.
Damn, I didn't vote for.
I didn't fucking vote for that shit.
Who's Ohio's?
I'm a good voter too. What?
Who's Ohio's electoral? No, what is it? There's a certain word for it.
Man. You want me to say assertion? Assertion?
No. It's like a. Can you? I'm sorry. Can you click
go back.
Yeah.
This?
State chooses electors. Who's all right? I guess we could just look up who's in our electoral college. Members. Electoral college members.
Members. Huh.
There it is.
Why does okay. So the Ohio State or the state of Ohio has 17 electoral votes in the electoral college following reappointed due to the 2020 election. This seems like a good thing. Reappointment. Damn, what is this?
It just shows, I guess, how many
The percent of accuracy?
people
know.
there are.
Okay.
I'm trying to see these names. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to look around for a second.
Do you think this is real?
No, I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't.
Go back. I think that there's another link, like the first link above that.
This?
Yeah. It says members from Ohio. This is 2020.
So electors
are.
pledged to President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence for the 2020 election? That seems interesting.
Man. So
This is interesting.
Huh.
So, like, these people, these 17 people pledged to the voting system? Is that what you think
For
this
the
is?
electoral college type shit.
I'm gonna do California since it's the biggest.
Are those people? I've never heard of a single one of these guys.
Let's look up Dave Johnson.
That's such a
Robert. Let's look up this guy.
This guy has to be a stud. He has to have his own wiki or something, right?
Yeah.
Political advisor.
Okay. No photo, dude.
What's his career? Yeah, how do you get there? What's his career?
Is an American political advisor who served as the chairman of the Republican National Committee from 2017 to 2019. He's also the senior advisor to the Donald Trump presidential campaign. He was also part of Ohio State Director in 2016. Man,
So
who
he went
are
to
these fuckers?
the University of Akron, it looks like.
Did he?
Yeah, on that career page right
Yeah.
below early life, it goes into it.
Yeah.
Something about the transportation, something like that. Yeah, Ohio Department of Transportation.
Sure.
So it looks like he works for the government in a sector.
Sure. Yeah, these are fascinating.
And then he got appointed
As a elector, to the Electoral College. I think
That's
these
insane.
people, like, I don't know. This is all speculative to me. I feel like a bad American, but it feels like that they are upholders of the system.
That's how I feel. Like, who's making the rules on this? And I guess it's just my lack of knowledge, but
I think they uphold the voting system. That they are the people who represent the voting system, and that if the voting system is bad in their state, they're the people responsible.
I think that they...
Or do you think they officialize their we're a union, We're the United States of America. That's a union between 50 states. And so
I really don't know their purpose.
you could get off the reaction frame, by the way.
My fault.
No, you're not. You're fine.
I think that their purpose should be something along the lines of I mean, I kind of like the idea, this is your special vote.
Yeah, sure.
But then again, I don't think it should have more power than... I kind of feel like it has more power than a regular vote. You ever get that vibe, the electoral college? Let's say Trump has more votes in the electoral college, and Biden has more paper written votes.
Okay.
I feel like they leaned more towards the electoral college. Am I wrong?
So by state it's populous. Okay, so if Ohio has, it's a great example. In 2020, Ohio went Trump.
Right.
Okay, but Trump did not win. It was the first time in 100-some years that Ohio didn't vote on the president. That Ohio didn't wasn't in line with who was going to be president. Most of the time, Ohio was accurate. If Ohio voted a president, they were always going to get voted in. It was just this weird coincidence, right? And it was the first time in 2020 that Ohio chose wrong on who was going to be president. And so, but the thing is, that was a populist vote, right? It was a populist vote that Trump won in this particular state. So then the Electoral College, 17 members, casted towards Trump in the total amount of Electoral College. So Trump got 17 more because the populist vote in Ohio went into his favor.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So if a state is like teetering between the populist vote, like all the electoral college will go to the winner of the populist vote in that state.
I see.
That's my understanding. I might be a bad American for misunderstanding, but that is my understanding of how the election goes.
That makes sense.
And so, like, the states that are neck and neck in populist votes, those are the ones that are really crucial for the electoral college because, like, you know, if you're a couple thousand here and there, that sways, you know, how many points you're going to get towards electoral college.
That makes a lot of sense.
So, yeah.
That adds up. Man.
Mm-hmm. Like, Hillary, like, got California and got all these, like, big states that have large populations. But she didn't win because it wasn't the populist vote. You know, it was just in her states she had the most population voting for her. But, like, the electoral college bounced it out between
Her and Trump.
Yeah. Because
Damn.
Trump got more electoral college. You know, that's why he
Right.
won. And I remember that big argument between, like, you know, why isn't the power of the people, you know,
more
why?
powerful.
Yeah.
I see it now.
But the thing is, like, that was the age-old idea of, like, big cities tend to go liberal, you know, and rural areas tend to go conservative. And so if you kind of just think about that, you don't want the cities to win over the rural lands, and you don't want the rural lands to win over the cities, so you kind of want to balance them out.
Right.
That's the theory, but, you know, it never works out that way.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this year will be a close one for sure. I would love for it to be like the other. Like, I would love to see the other people shine.
Yeah, sure.
And
What does that mean, the other people shine?
I don't know their names. I need to look up their names later. Once I figure out their names, I'll start vouching
So
for them.
You're saying non-Republican or Democrat?
Yeah,
Independent candidates for the presidential election.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see, like, the whole government, like, lose their minds. Like, oh, shit, we thought we had this under control.
Right.
And they just lose all this campaign money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of their nonsense just falls through. Everything's just gone crazy. Nothing's going in the CIA the way the CIA wants it to go. That'd be perfect.
It'd be crazy if, like, you know how there's there's two parties that are a majority in the cabinets?
Right.
Or not the cabinet. I don't know how to say this.
What if
like
it
the
was
senators?
like 20% Republican, 20% Democratic,
yeah.
and then like 60% of others?
Others, like Green
that,
Party.
like, choose whatever they think is, like, intellectually correct.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm sure there's some independent representatives here and there. But
For
they're not
sure.
all of them. You know,
Yeah.
they're not all of them. Yeah. But it'd be kind of cool to see, like, we the people, like, seep in here and there. That'd be kind of cool.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll see, man.
It would be funny
Who knows?
as crap if they, like, just make new parties
Yeah.
and it's, like, completely different.
But
That'd be so funny.
That's the thing, though. The people in power, they're just going to convert over to those new parties, you know?
Yeah, for
and they'll
sure.
just gain control over that particular new party that you think that you made that was so righteous and so for the people, and then it just gets corrupt again.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I'm not against it, though.
It would take them time, though, to corrupt it. So I
Yeah.
think it'd be fun to, like, see it
Mhm.
just be good and then slowly get more and more corrupt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. That'd be nice, though. It would be nice to see a little, like... I just don't want... I love the current state of society.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? I love how life is, you know? I
Right.
love that there's gasoline cars, we get electricity. Like, I just love the idea of life right now. Like, as a society, we're doing pretty good, but it'd be a real damn shame if United States, like, kind of goes off the rails, you know?
I feel that.
And I feel like it's not going to happen anytime soon, but, like, every time these elections roll around, it really feels like there's some civil unrest.
For sure.
That doesn't make it comfortable to live in America, you know? And it would just be really scary if shit goes off the rails, if the wheels fall off, you know?
I completely agree.
Yeah.
We will see when time comes. We will see.
It's gonna be scary.
We'll be fine.
I hope it's not gonna be
We'll be
that
fine.
scary. Yeah. I hope that's like it's just the same old shit. You know, things get better. You know, we have like less inflation. The price of $1 goes back up.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, right.
It would be nice though. I mean,
It
like,
would be crazy nice.
You
I
know-
remember hearing a guy talking about how he bought a boat that's worth like $15,000
Mhm.
for like $1,000.
Okay.
Fucking like 30 years ago.
Sure.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah. I would really enjoy like if we do keep the same salaries like as a society, but everything gets steadily cheaper, and then like we can just like actually live life.
That
you
would
know?
be nice.
That would be really cool.
Dude, literally
Because we make
yesterday-
so much money now compared
Yeah,
to
it's
our
true.
grandparents used to. But if we had our grandparents' prices, but our now salaries,
be balling.
the middle class would be thick. You know,
It
the
would
middle.
be. There wouldn't be a fucking work class damn near. You just have to
Yeah.
get a fucking job.
Yeah, you just work at McDonald's again, you
Right.
know, and then you'd be able to buy a fucking $300,000 home.
Right.
but
Which
that's
is nuts.
but that's really $40K back in the day.
Right.
You know, shit like that.
Dude, I remember my boss, he was telling me that he bought his like first house which could sell today for like what I believe would be $400,000
Okay.
for like $60K. And then I overheard the lady saying
That was
"Yeah."
some good guesses by me then. Damn. Go
Yeah.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I overheard the lady at UC that was talking about her rent back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, my rent used to be $300. Now it's $1,900 for the same place.
$300.
$300 for like a rent payment? That's insane.
You know how much I could do with $300 a month of rent? I could ball, dude. I could fucking ball. I could have a brand new car. I could have a slide from the front door out to the balcony.
To get to your car.
I could do some crazy shit with $1,200 a month, and then on top of that, everything's cheap again. Life would be fantastic.
It'd be great.
It'd be so
You'd
fantastic.
be singing songs and stuff. You'd be like, life is a dream. The food is not the bottom.
We would-
the food is up above.
We would be dancing all the time. We would be fucking happy. We would work a week out of the fucking month because we don't have to work as hard anymore.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It'd be nice.
That'd be a nice life. I think, yeah, the corporations are really tying us down. It's crazy how much they're tying us down.
I think there's a lot more monopolies now than there was back in the day. Like I think it started with the gas, and everyone was like,
Mhm.
man, I would love for this company to be a monopoly.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Mm-hmm.
They did well.
Yeah, and like, it's just things are expensive, and the dollar bill is going down in price. You know, and yeah, I wish wouldn't that be so fantastic if we kept the same salaries, but the prices of things actually went down. Now that's a pipe dream. That's never gonna happen.
You got to time travel for that.
Sure.
Speaking of time travelers,
Mm-hmm.
I like Terrence Howard.
Yeah, sure. What about him?
He could be a time traveler.
I don't know about that.
Could you imagine
Oh,
being
actually-
a time traveler and having like intellectual information that you're
Mhm.
trying to pass down through the past?
Sure.
I would think you're crazy.
Yeah, of course.
Know
You
what
would
I mean?
sound crazy. You would sound
You'd
crazy.
sound bonkers, and you're just here like trying to explain like you guys are doing it wrong. This is the
Mhm.
way to do it, and you can't tell
Right.
them that you're from the future.
Right. Just explaining a cell phone.
Right.
40 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years
insane.
ago, you are insane. You're telling me what's the internet? And you're like, it's a place where you can search anything. You're like, well, you have a library. And you're like, but it's instantaneous. You can ask any question towards the internet. And you can answer, you can call anybody anywhere in the world. You have a thing on this particular device where you can watch any TV thing, any TV show, any movie as ever came out before. Like,
Right.
nobody would fucking believe you. You
I
know?
agree.
Nobody would fucking believe you.
It'd be even crazier to be like, yeah, and there's going to be energy flowing through the sky from one device to another, attaching everything together. but
Yeah.
without it being physically attached.
Yeah, could you imagine
Right.
handing a VHS tape and you're like, this thing could have every movie ever, and it would be smaller than this VHS tape. And that would blow their minds. You know?
It'd be nuts.
Dude.
Yeah,
the possibilities
I couldn't do it.
the possibilities of a cell phone, explaining that as a time traveler, going back in time and explaining what a cell phone could do. Damn, dude.
You're gonna sound like a crazy philosopher.
Yeah, and I watched that the Terrence Howard debate with. My recall is not that good. His name is Weinstein.
I see. I remember.
Weinstein?
Is it Evan? Was that his name? Steve?
No.
Was it a basic name?
No, that's Steve. Oh, that's the.
I have no clue.
You don't know who you don't know who I'm talking about?
I know like the guy, but
He's
I
like
just don't remember his name
He's
either.
like a Jewish guy.
Yeah.
He's like.
I watched the whole thing.
You watched their debate?
I watched the whole episode
Of their debate, or
with Terrence Howard and that guy. And Joe
yeah.
Rogan.
What'd you
whole
think
thing.
of it? What'd you think of it?
I mean, I think that it was just Terrence Howard. Like, he says a lot of stuff that can be that like has some base to it. You know, like there's some science behind it.
Right.
It's not just coming out of thin air.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's actual science behind it. Not a lot of people understand it because not a lot of people have that like engineering science background.
Eric Weinstein.
There it is.
Eric Weinstein. Sorry, go ahead.
Not a lot of people have that science and engineering background, so they don't understand like a lot of the stuff that Terrence is saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're able to see like actual equations and actual engineering
Yeah.
from Eric represented, kind of explaining some of the concepts that Terrence was like discovering. Because I think Terrence just found like a more organic way to do what he's really into is like geometry.
Sure. Yeah.
So he found like a really organic way to teach himself geometry.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, I remember in that conversation between Terrence Howard, Eric Weinstein, and Joe Rogan, in that interview, Terrence was saying supersymmetry a bunch, right? And Eric was like, that you can't prove that supersymmetry. That's a particular term that's used in like a form of art, of physics, and like, I can't remember what Eric exactly said, but
I remember that as well.
Those particular moments are fascinating because like clearly Terrence doesn't know how to
articulate
tiptoe around the the language. He doesn't know how to tiptoe around the language. He uses language that isn't exact, and Eric Weinstein is expecting exact language. When you're talking about these mathematical situations and just like rebuilding math, you know, like trying to rebuild math, you want some particular language. You want to be able to explain it in the way that would be accepted by everybody, even as a like the most intelligent of educators. And it was just a weird it was weird because like I watched Terrence's interview only with Joe Rogan, right? And that was interesting. Like he would say his truth, but then like Eric and Terrence, I didn't really enjoy that interview because like they were just kind of like talking about subjects that you really can't talk about. You need to like do it visually, you know.
Right.
And that's why like these forms of podcasts, you can't do it. You like you can do it though. Like you need like almost like a whiteboard and a camera over top of you, drawing out shit or like
it's literally like a fucking class.
They
like
need
a school class.
Yeah, they needed like a workshop to be able to exchange ideas like through more ways than just verbal.
Right.
Because they struggled explaining topics verbally, and I struggle listening and understanding verbally because they're talking about subjects that are extremely hard to visualize.
Right.
You know, when they were explaining
and
one
they're trying
times
to do
one
it in layman terms too.
Right. When they're trying to explain 1 × 1 = 2, and he's trying to explain that, and Eric's arguing against it, and then they're talking about natural log of 2, you know, and just like shit, or natural log of 1 maybe it was, and just like shit like that. And when you try, I've been in a math class, And when you say things, I don't get it. But when you write stuff out in math, I get it. I know exactly what the fuck they're talking about because I see it on paper.
Right.
I know what the fuck they're talking about on paper. But once they start using words, like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Right. It gets pretty intense.
Like, yeah. But I didn't like that interview with those two people, with Eric and Terrence. It seemed weird to me. It seemed very aggressive too. It was uncomfortable to listen to, wasn't it?
He was doing that on purpose.
Eric was?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So that Terrence can understand like what's gonna happen when you go to someone else and how they might be like a little rude and pushy to you and how to like conform to that behavior.
Yeah.
And be able to get your points and ideas across. I felt like stepping on people's feet that have like crazy PhDs and crazy egos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It really reminded me of like some of my engineering classes.
Yeah,
it really did. Like,
he was just like, "You're wrong. You're horseshit." I remember verbatim. He said, "Your shit's horseshit." Like what you're saying is horseshit. And I just remember being so fucking aggressive. But you're correct. Like I think Terrence is gonna come back from that interview, and he's got two options. He could give up, or he's gonna like come back stronger with like more formed ideas that are acceptable towards mainstream educational avenues like Oxford and Harvard and all those fucking Ivy Leagues. Because like Terrence kept saying, he's like, he kept saying that he wanted to reach out to the Ivy Leagues for notes or for like
just to like bat off ideas and like see what works, see what doesn't.
What do you think about his system though? His like, did you watch it?
What do you mean by that?
So he created this. He referred to the flower. He referred to the flower of life.
Right.
Correct. Have you seen the picture of the flower of life?
Yes, I have.
So it's just a bunch of It's a square of circles.
What's the word for that? It's a. There's a word for that. When it's like just a natural phenomenon and it happens in nature a lot.
Almost like a cliche.
It's like all sacred geometry is what's the word? I think it starts with a P. Mm-hmm. It's like when you look at a leaf and it's like 3, 6, 9, like all that jargon. Mm-hmm. What is that word?
Well, either way, the flower of life is just a bunch of circles together, pretty much. I mean, like, I'm no smart person, but it just feels like a bunch of circles together. And I feel like this is like the basic form of it. The circle around it, ignore that. But this is what Terrence is pretty much like. He's trying to uncode the flower of life.
Right.
Trying to open up the flower of life, right? And his super symmetrical systems that he's creating, that he's like 3D printing, he's making these like curved devices almost to form electricity to, and like he's like saying that his object that he created is a projection of the flower of life. And so he's like trying to decode the flower of life and what is it, and he's referring to this as like almost like it's a projection, and they're trying to like that's my thoughts.
Can you go to like the actual Google where it's like all?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure they say the word. A fractal. Is that what it is? Is that what it's called? Fractals?
I guess.
Fractals in nature.
You could say that, but I don't think this is a fractal though.
Why is it not a fractal? You know what I mean?
Fractal. It was right there though. You're right. Yeah, there we go. I think a fractal is like
Can we like do like the fractals and leaves?
I think you can make fractal is a way to describe an image. So the flower of life is not a fractal in my mind, but it is. You can make a fractal out of the flower of life.
I see.
I feel like I can make a fractal out of your image, but I have to put you in the image as well, so it could zoom in to you again, right?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I think you can make
there's
it
another. What's the word for it though? Like there's a fractal of a leaf, and it like defines everything.
So should I look up the fractal of a leaf?
Yeah, it's like the Fibonacci number, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Fibonacci. It's Fibonacci. Oh, I said light. Excuse me. Here, Fibonacci sequence. So this is the
And then if you look at it, there's like examples of it in like real life. In nature, there we go.
So the Fibonacci sequence in nature.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like that picture
Right
where you can see like the spirals and everything.
Sure. So like we see some shells, we see a
And if you look at the sunflower,
yeah.
it really looks like what do you call it? The flower of life? In my opinion.
The flower of life is a different phenomena.
I get the vibe. I get those vibes.
You don't think? I think the Fibonacci sequence. I think there's multiple different versions of
The Fibonacci sequence, like
of
that type of jump
cliches in life. In our reality, there are many cliches, and I feel like the Fibonacci sequence is one of them, because that creates I forget what they call this. They call this something else as well. The golden spiral.
Right.
Have you heard that before? So they call this the golden spiral, and then like there's also like the 369. That's a different cliche, and also I feel like another cliche is the flower of life.
Right.
Because they based geometry off this thing.
Right.
They based off, you heard that argument, correct? That Terrence says that they created straight lines off of the flower of life being circles, and so that they create geometry that's theoretical.
Right.
But everything is truly curvature. There's no such thing as a straight line. And honestly, I don't argue with him on that one. I think he's really got a good fucking point on that one.
Dude, I was looking at how they
think about
made
life,
the circumference
of what?
Like how they figured out like circumference.
Okay.
Like mathematically or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
And like they used straight lines to find. Like they started off of a format of straight lines.
Sure.
And then they used that to figure out like a circumference, which is like circular. So we kind of like, I feel like we kind of started with straight lines and then we went circular.
Yeah.
Once we figured that.
But why don't we just base all of our math off of circles? Everything in life is circles.
I feel like,
it's
for us, it's like why not base everything off of ones and zeros in computing? Why are we using Python?
I don't know, man.
Is that crazy?
I maybe you're right, but I do want to say the one thing theoretically I believe about Terrence's argument is that straight lines don't exist. That everything down to the molecular structure has some
curvature to it of some sort.
Distortion of some sort. So nothing is truly straight. And so like that's why I'm like, okay. And also like gravity is curved. Everything's curved. Especially in physics. Go ahead.
In physics, I don't think there's any simulation of real life of any physics that is flawless without a like what do they call it? Like a fudge. Without like a fudge number. Like I don't think there's any mathematical formula that can describe something that doesn't need a couple extra numbers added, subtracted, divided, or multiplied to it to become accurate.
Okay.
And like,
yeah, Eric was talking about that in the interview between him and Terrence about how there's a lot of
big equation.
Yeah, the big equation's having errors and then putting a double error in it to be able to take out the error. And so a lot of the math, like let's say like the large super equations that like Stephen Hawking was creating like on his like last like decade of his life with his like college students. Have you ever seen like those like those documentaries about Hawking? Well, they were like trying to do these big large equations, and I would assume based off like the way Eric was describing double errors. If you have one error, you could introduce a double error to be able to delete that error out of the entire equation, right? And I feel like in those massive fucking calculations, I'm sure there's a few errors here and there, right? And that those fudge numbers, right?
Because honestly, like, I've had to use it in math already, like trying to simulate stuff that, like, for a test question, you know, like trying to see how a gas diffuses in a room or space.
Okay.
I'm putting in fudge numbers to figure out that calculation. And it's just like, if I'm already doing it at this low level, you know, imagine how much crazier it gets and what
the crazier fudge numbers that you have.
Right.
And like, the controls. Why do you have so many controls? You know, we've talked about this before, and like some of your math has a lot of controls.
Right.
And nothing in life has a control. I've really been fucked with that recently.
I think there is a lot of controls in life, but
like the speed of light, sure. But the speed of light even changes though. Come on, you know, density of air,
what I'm saying. Like
humidity, the curvature of gravity. I think
we don't have enough. I think we need more
controls.
Yeah, more controls, more constants for you to be able to do something that's actually accurate.
Do you think pi can be controlled? Because pi technically is not a control because it has.
I think that's more of a constant. Same thing with the speed of light. That's more of a constant.
Oh, but excuse me then. When I was saying control, I meant constant. Okay, that's actually what I meant. Excuse me.
And I think constants are a form of fudge numbers.
Constants are. Yes, exactly. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying. Yeah. I confused the difference between a control and a constant. I was referring to constants.
But those constants were derived from super long, crazy math equations. And if you look at like a fudge number, if there's like a fudge number in an equation,
can you describe one? You know, we've been saying that shit a lot. Is there like a particular instance where you've used a number that kind of just needs to be used to finish an equation to get the correct, answer, but it's something that's like gravity.
Okay.
Gravity is 9.8.
There's an easy one.
Okay.
Let's say you want to go from Celsius to Kelvins.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I mean, that's more of like the formula.
Okay.
But it's like you add 275.14. That's more of the formula, but there's also like the gas law, gas constant.
Okay.
R.
I've never been that deep in physics.
Let's see, PV equals nRT.
Okay.
Have you heard that one?
No. Describe it.
It's like pressure times volume is equal to the gas constant times PV equals nRT. Moles times, what is it, time?
Okay.
Is it time?
It's been 4 years since I've used something
it's temperature.
Similar.
My fault, it's temperature.
It's
hard to do this on like
your mind.
So
yeah, I know.
If you wanted to know like the pressure of a ideal gas or a volume or a temperature, you would put in all your constants, all your variables, and then there's that R value, which is like it's still a constant.
Sure.
But you know, I think constants are fudges. But that constant is derived from like a long chain of mathematics
that they've already found.
Right.
Yeah.
The real fudge number for me is just like diffusion. There's like a diffusion coefficient equation. Like it's called the Wilkie-Lee equation, and there's like a number that has to be in there for you to be able to like figure out the diffusion of two gases.
Sure.
And it's not like a constant. Like there's no symbol for it. It's literally just a number that's in there just to like make sure it's accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I think it's like 0.314 or something. It's crazy.
Did you hear the part in Terrence Howard? Maybe Eric and Terrence Howard went over this, but it was the speed of light being measured across the world. And each location, each laboratory, or each place that they would record the speed of light was different. And so they would calculate and average it up total across the world. And that would be the number, is an average. It's not truly a constant.
Interesting.
That's what I don't really know if it was the speed of light, but I feel like it was the speed of light. And that was in Terrence and Joe Rogan's interview.
It might have been gravity.
Are you sure it was gravity? Because I feel like that was 9.8. And 9.8 I thought was pretty constant. But it could be gravity too, though.
I don't know what it was, but I think it was gravity.
Okay, let's say it was gravity then, not the speed of light. That's still pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Gravity changing across the world would make, I don't know, kind of some sense. Have you ever heard of the concept that some people on Earth experience time in a different way? So there are some people who age more on Earth than others, and this is just like such a minimal thing.
Like older people, their time flies compared to like us when we were kids. That type of concept?
So like let's say you take a twin,
right?
You take twins, and you put one, let's say, at sea level, and you take the other one and put them in like the Himalayas, right? A really tall altitude place. The time would be different. It's super small. Maybe it's like 3 or 4 minutes you live.
Right.
Difference over a lifespan, which isn't much. I understand that 3 or 4 minutes over a lifetime, that's not much. But that's still Jurassic.
That's still something
That's
to know.
Something. In a lifetime, that's a fuck ton. Especially like if we're talking about eons, we're talking about millions of years, that's a big time gap. And so that's fascinating to me. I always find time to be fascinating. If you can measure different times in different locations, that's fucking nuts, dude. It's crazy we don't talk about that. Or the fact that, like, if Terrence is right, I don't think Terrence is, but if Terrence Howard is correct, and gravity is just electromagnetic, like, stickiness, what was the term that he would use? It's just, gravity is not real. That it's just electricity.
Dude, I have heard that not even just from him. I've heard it from like people who I think are pretty. It's like string theory. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like every single molecule is interacting with another molecule, and that determines, let's say, gravity or some property of the material. It's just like,
because don't we have gravity pull? Like each
I think that at a really tiny level, there's a really small
gravity pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like so small that it's like, it is like non-existent.
Sure.
Negligible.
That's why when you hear Terrence's explanation of what a balloon is, when you rub a balloon against like a carpet and then you like put it towards your hair, or you put it towards Ashley's hair, and like all the hair pulls towards the balloon because all the electromagnetic static that's been created, and we just take out the word gravity and we just think about that. You know, you build up a charge and now your hair is collecting towards that. That's pretty crazy. You know, like
it is interesting.
If Terrence is right about that one, that's pretty wild. The one thing I do hope Terrence is wrong on is the bubble theory, that each planet is a bubble.
Oh, yeah. I think that was pretty outlandish.
That was outlandish. I think the sun one, the sun producing planets, that's not too crazy. That one's kind of in the realm of possibility.
I think that one is pretty gnarly, too, because I think the sun is so dense and like has so much of this like gravity that it wouldn't be able to like burp out anything. I feel like the sun is the destroyer of planets.
Okay.
I feel like it would take in planets and murk them in its fucking lava fiery pit.
Mm-hmm. And also,
it unless it like exploded.
Yeah, but it also wouldn't explain why all the planets have different ellipses.
Right.
They all have they kind of have different ellipses. The rocky planets don't, but like the gas giants definitely have different ellipses. And like he'd never explained fucking the gas giants, you know?
I see.
How the fuck did the gas giants come around? If the sun is birthing each planet, come on, dude.
That was a little gnarly for me.
That was gnarly, but also the elements unwinding, that seems cool. That seems really cool.
I didn't really hear that concept too much. Like I didn't understand what he was trying to explain. But I think what it was really was, I don't know if he was trying to describe element energy levels or if he was trying to describe like the fact that you can have an isotope, which is like an element of a different amount of neutrons. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he was trying to describe.
I thought he was trying to describe that each element doesn't have half-lives. That a particular element over time will unwind to other elements.
Interesting.
So like carbon would eventually turn to hydrogen. Yeah.
Interesting.
Stuff like that. The metals would like go up the ladder of the periodic table. And like, all the noble gases. Like maybe they start out on one particular side of the ladder of the noble gases and then they unwind to the other ones. Stuff like that.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
could see something like that happening
Mm-hmm.
in a point where it would be like those molecules are interacting in a chemical reaction and they're becoming something else.
Yeah, sure.
And they're like losing energy.
Yeah,
You know
sure.
what I mean? So
Mhm.
like when you're burning
Exactly.
something, you have carbon, charcoal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Burn that, releases what? CO2? I don't know. CO2. And it starts off as...
CO2.
Well, let's do CH4. CH4
So
with oxygen
Would it unwind?
makes CO2.
Would it unwind to oxygen and carbon? Would it separate over time? Or does it...
It makes water. And then water...
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think you would just have to want to stay in like a low energy state. Like I feel like water is more stable. I'm sure you learned this in chemistry, like how everything wants to be like a noble gas, everything wants to be stable.
Correct.
That's why you have chemical reactions, because you have two hyperreactive elements, like hydrogen gas, which is very reactive.
Sure, to
And then-
oxygen.
and that
Yeah.
makes water, which
Sure.
is like way more stable.
Sure.
So I think it's just a entropy thing, like again to a low energy. The universe does
Low
not
energy.
like high energy. It wants
Yeah.
low energy stuff.
Yeah. But I think that's also still a balance,
Yeah.
I think high energy stuff still like I think you can have water evaporate and separate, right?
I think if it were to happen, it would be super high up.
In the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Where there is typically higher energy.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. It's fascinating,
I have no clue though.
I have no clue either. I mean, obviously we are both idiots,
Right.
know, but like it's still very fascinating, those ideas. And if he's right on 25% of it, that's revolutionary. Let's say he's right on 5% of it. It's revolutionary. If Terrence Howard is having his new computer come out with no right angles and it's all ellipses,
And
I'd
it's
buy
faster.
it. I'll buy it. Because
Okay.
it's faster. Because it has no right angles. It's just going off the speed of fucking light. That's fantastic. Like all of the edges are curved.
Right.
That seems reasonable. You have less heat, you have less friction, you have less waste of energy. When you're able to have energy not converted into heat, you're wasting less energy. It's pretty. I don't know. It's very
That'd be great.
interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very interesting. I didn't like that interview though with Terrence and Eric. I just didn't like it. It was very strange.
I loved it.
Really?
I don't like. Honestly, I think Terrence's original one was like a lot of BS, and I
Mhm.
love that there was a guy that was like showing that, hey, this is not all BS.
Right.
There's actually some science that kind of talks about this stuff,
Mhm.
and here it is.
Right.
So if you really are interested in this, here you can look into the science of what people have been doing,
Yeah.
dabbling a little deeper.
That's
So I
fine.
learned a lot of shit, and I actually
Especially-
saw some stuff that I have learned recently in
Mhm.
college from that interview, and I'm like, damn. So this shit that he's talking about really isn't that fucking far off.
Mhm.
It helped it like bring Terrence down to earth and make him not seem so crazy.
Yeah.
Like this is some serious shit.
Mhm.
He's actually learning math off the rip, off the dirt.
It was really interesting too when Eric was like, "You have learned this through a book. You have not heard it before, so that's why you mispronounce a lot of things." That was an interesting statement as well. Did you hear that part?
I did, but was it a book? Was it a book that he learned from? I really do want to know where Terrence.
There was like a few words that he would just mispronounce.
Right.
And I forget what they were, but they were like super small.
You could see it's like me trying to like explain stuff. Like
Sure.
I'm like I feel like fucking Terrence Howard because
Yeah.
I'm going to school.
His cornrows were good though. Did you see
They're
those?
pretty crisp.
They're
for sure.
so fucking crisp. He had some good ass cornrows. I was jealous, man.
They're pretty crisp.
They're so crisp. Go ahead.
I have like a little bit of engineering background, science background.
Mhm.
I haven't been doing it for like 10 years. I'm not an expert.
Sure.
I've been doing it for like 4, maybe 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not an expert. Definitely have not put in the hours.
Right.
But like I feel like Terrence Howard because I can barely fucking speak
Yeah.
what they're speaking.
Sure.
I'm like a nincompoop trying to like throw out all these scientific terms and explain shit and all of that. And I barely fucking can like explain it. Sure, it's like speaking our language, damn near.
Mm-hmm. It is speaking another language.
And if you don't go through like the college and you don't have the crazy professors that are speaking in Martian to you constantly speaking premium English, calling their houses manners and shit like that, then I can understand why you might struggle. Or like, as you said earlier, like you saying supersymmetry, which is something that in his mind means something completely different than what the scientific community does. But
correct.
He doesn't have a better way of explaining it to anyone. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't have like that traditional engineering science background that everyone else has.
Yeah, and I'm really interested on how he built those modular things.
Right.
With the 4 sides. It's got 4 tips, and it's a elliptical triangle pyramid, almost elliptical pyramid with 3 sides and 1 point on the top, and. Yeah, I just don't know how he created it. He never really alludes to that. He never really explains how he created those things. If it's out of a mold, if it's out of he 3D prints it, if he never explains how he creates those things.
I'm assuming 3D printed.
I'd assume so too, but 3D printing is not smooth like that.
Fair, I see what you're saying.
It's whatever he made. He was really sure on the supersymmetry, but it's are you really sure about the supersymmetry? Even I feel like I could pick apart how each edge is not perfect, but
dude,
that doesn't matter.
The fucking toys they're fucking playing with, the actual toys, the one that he would throw up and spin, and it would come back on the other faces of the shape and shit like that, and all of it's kind of reminding me of a Dungeon and Dragon dice.
Sure.
It was super gnarly.
That was really cool.
I think a lot of the things that Terrence is messing with could turn out to be a lot of fun on a board game or something, not gonna lie.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. And I didn't realize that they were talking about the Rubik's Cube being made in Hungary and all that stuff, and how there are new toys that could come out of this stuff, which is interesting. That's so fascinating that they're already talking about toys.
Right.
But it was pretty cool, the stuff that Eric brought on. But I was thinking about how you were talking to me about this, and I couldn't agree more. The lifestyle of Terrence must be so fun. You wake up and you're I'm just gonna engineer today. I'm just gonna think.
You don't need to fucking contribute, but you just do because you can.
Right. You have the freedom to think.
Right.
I've been really thinking about this, which is ironic, because I've been wanting freedom to think. The time to be able to sit down and have true thoughts and to be able to execute those true thoughts. I feel in life right now, I'm sure you could relate to this. You're busy.
Right.
You're busy.
Doing some bullshit.
Right. And you don't have the luxury or the time to sit down and be able to create with your mind. But wouldn't it be so nice to be able to sit down, think of something, and then put it in actuality and create it into the real world? But we as young men don't have that opportunity. We have to slave over time to be able to earn our dollars, and it's so stretched thin of the time that we have free to be able to think, and usually we don't want to sit down and think once we're done with all of the activities of earning money to be able to earn a living. And so it's man, how nice it would be to be Terrence Howard, to wake up in the morning and be I'm going to engineer today.
Right.
How fucking fun would that be?
It would be great.
Just to have a full fucking laboratory space to be able to 3D print whatever the fuck comes to your mind, to be able to I'm supersymmetry today.
Dude, it would be the best.
It would be the fucking greatest. People are hating on him being an idiot. They're he's such an idiot.
I would love to see them do it.
What?
I would love to see him try and do what Terrence has done. The people are he's an idiot.
He's an idiot. He's talking shit, but at least he's got ideas.
Right.
Half these people are just accepting what the fucking narrative is.
Right.
At least he's trying to fuck around with the narrative of our reality. That's kind of fun. Because is our narrative of reality correct? Every time we look back into history,
it's not.
It's never correct. And most likely we're not correct right now, but we accept it's correct. So it's like,
It's pretty gnarly
we're not
shit.
that smart of a society. We're not smart. Like, we can't even harness energy from Earth yet. We're
Right.
not even a type 1 civilization. We're
You
like,
can't even have like established home and housing under the sea yet.
yeah, that was another idea I really loved from this show. Was living on the sea floor. How
Yeah.
fucking cool would
That'd
that
be
be?
dope.
That'd be so dope.
Some sandy cheeks
Sure,
for sure.
I guess.
But yeah, I will say with your idea on like not having time to like engineer shit, I think all the greats really did do that. They started from rock bottom, nothing, no time, no money, like the Wright brothers, you know. But they scraped it together and they did engineer something, and then it was like a great success.
Yeah.
A lot of the great stories, a lot of the great inventors, that's how they like come up, you know. Like being in a situation like we are and just fucking fighting fucking tooth and nail, get some ideas out there and then create those ideas, and then boom, big money, big shack.
I hope so. Gosh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. I've been thinking about this. Like, if I had, we were talking about this before the podcast. If we had $1 million, what would be the first thing we would do with that $1 million? You know,
Right.
like, would you do investments? Would you do realty? Would you do like a franchise? Would you do Google ads? You know, would you do $1 million of Google ads? What would you do with that $1 million to be able to get an investment back, get a profit back, get, you know, do something with the money to be able to be profitable and get something back in greater return? And that idea in my head always rattles me because it's like,
It's Mr. Beast's problem right now.
oh, really? To like,
If he's making all that money, and then like, you know, his
spending is big too.
Yeah, he spends it all on his videos.
Right.
And like, you know, he has to make that money back so he can make another banging episode. So what can you do? He has like chocolate bar business.
Right.
He has multiple channels.
The Beast Burger, the Mr. Beast
everything,
Burger.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are pretty cool. I mean, like, you got to do with products. You know, you either have to have a product or a service.
This man really went from like a YouTube channel to like a recognized business on LinkedIn. Like,
Yeah.
it's nuts.
It's a real recognized business on LinkedIn.
For sure.
I was thinking about applying to them, but I'm too scared. I'm too scared.
Fair.
You know? Yeah. It's fascinating.
It
It is
crazy.
fascinating how he like really was able to just use the money and turn it over. You know,
Just
to
kept
be able
doing it.
to
He's still doing it.
reinvest. And it's a good motive. I mean, it's a good thing to do when you have that ability. But
Right.
you know, how do we dig ourselves out of the hole that we are, being lower middle class, young people who barely make money,
Especially in today's day
You're
and age.
struggling with $250 rent. Is it $250?
My rent is $850.
$800.
But I split it with Ashley,
Oh.
so I'm paying like $450 a month.
Did I say $250? I meant to say $750.
If you would have said like 25, if you would have just had $200, you'd have been there.
Sure. Yeah, $850, huh? You're
$850.
struggling with $850.
I'm
huh?
struggling with $850, which is pretty fucking sad, isn't it? Ashley's not struggling. I don't think as much as I am, though.
Yeah.
So. But I think that pretty soon I'll have an internship, hopefully next month. And
Cool.
then I'll actually have like a job, for real, a real job, a big boy job.
Good for you.
So I'll be able to pay bills.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to be, not struggling with an $800 rent.
Yeah, maybe you'll actually stop being a renter.
No, I'll be renting for a good while.
Yeah.
I have like a good 4 years of renting.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
Me too. I feel like I'm going to be renting until 2030. You know, once 2030 hits, I
Dude.
hope I fucking figured some shit out.
I don't even want to rent. Like
Really?
I don't want to buy a house. I would rather buy a house for someone else to rent. Like I'd rather buy like a duplex or some shit like that.
Yeah,
you know
sure,
what I mean?
sure. Yeah, of course, absolutely. There's a lot of homes in Cincinnati like that where there's
Yeah.
like, it's just a big brick home, but
Yeah.
they have like 2 or 3 units in it, and that's a great source of revenue. But now you have to live with your renters.
I would honestly do that, and I would like have like college kids come live.
Yeah.
And I'd make sure it's like I'd make the rent reasonable. I would have like, I hate to say it, but I'd probably choose like really down to earth ladies or guys. Like I definitely don't want no frat boy or frat girl coming in, but like if they're like a level headed
Sorority girl, but yes.
Yeah. It's my fault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
if they're
just
like a
saying.
level-headed individual and they're going to
Mhm.
college and you can see in their eyes, you know, they're not anything crazy. They're not going to be partying all night.
Sure.
Come
You
over.
probably wouldn't
pay
rent.
$600 a month.
You wouldn't rent to me, I bet.
I probably would if you don't do anything crazy.
I
Like, just don't destroy property, then you're cool. You
Yeah,
know
that's
what I mean?
true. Of course.
I mean, you're taking good care of the place that you're at right now. So
it's very true. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah.
one of my managers has a friend who's done this idea, and he
Mhm.
rented to his friends that he really trusts.
Yeah.
And then they own the property, and then they all moved once they paid it off,
Yeah.
and then they sold it. They either sold it or had people come and rent it.
Cool.
Which is pretty crazy.
That's pretty cool. That's very cool. Yeah, I would say like realty is a great way to earn income as well.
For
yeah.
sure.
I would love to do the exact same idea as that one. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Being your neighbor would be a little much.
I can't be your neighbor, I gotta be honest. I would bother
I
you.
think-
I would bother you too much.
Yeah.
You know I would bother you too much. I would knock on your door and be like, why the fuck have you not put a nice living space in your grass?
Oh my God.
Why haven't you put a
I
couple
feel
chairs
like-
out, a couple canopies, a couple plants, not make it so ugly? I would be on your ass.
I can see it.
I'd be teasing you too much.
I could see it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all you got?
For sure. Yep.
Okay. Can we end it on that? I'm tired as fuck.
No, Preston, we have to keep going. The podcast doesn't end. The podcast doesn't end. Come on, viewers, join us. We need like 1 million fucking viewers to keep him motivated. Let's go. The Oruga Podcast never ends.
Yeah.
It never ends.
Yeah. We got fucking 6 views, man. And that's so sad.
Fucking deadly.
I know. I'm sure. Oh, we got one chatter.
Did you say the D word? Is that DICK I see in there?
DKK. What's that?
Oh no, Kyle Bags. What does that mean?
Go to channel.
Well, let's look at his
You
channel.
ready, Cal Bags?
Are we gonna throw it on the reaction frame
We
or
could. We could
computer?
do it. We could
I'm
do
throwing
it.
the computer on.
Oh shit.
Did
Yeah.
I fuck fit?
No, it was me. There we go.
Oh, doing the reaction frame.
All right, our one chat person.
This is his content.
Yes.
Thank you for your comment, sir. Man, he voted for Trump.
Probably. That's a good possibility. That is a good possibility. Ooh, we got so many warnings. What is this? Okay,
I think that was when we were fucking with the bit rate, right?
No, I think next time we should just do this. We should just answer. We should just, because that's 7:30. You know what I mean?
Right.
Your streams is lower than recommended. We should fix this next time because I think that's why we don't get
We
recommended.
recommend that you use a stream bit rate of 6,000. Damn.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out then. Could you? Yeah, thank you for getting out of that. Okay. You got any other things to say?
No, sir.
Follow us on Twitter. We're gonna start using Twitter a little more, and then what else? Hopefully, no one will be. We're gonna go live this weekend. What day do you want to do that?
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. Okay. Hopefully, no one can do Saturday morning. I can do Saturday morning as well. So Saturday morning, we're gonna go live, and then we're gonna start using Twitter a little more, and then is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Buy our merch.
Buy our
Some good
merch.
shit.
Yeah, we actually we have some good merch actually, and the Oruga Podcast merch is still available, which is I feel like it's pretty good. Actually, I kind of want to go on to that right now.
Fair.
So, like, guys, if you've never been to our website before, it's orugastore.com, and we have merch. It's the first thing we can click here. And, our collections are like Monochrome, Thermal, Work Week, Holy War, big fan of Holy War, Collabs, Hometown, Cincinnati, Essentials, and then there's the Oruga Podcast merch, some aliens, you know what I'm saying? We always talk about those aliens. That's funny, actually, that we talked about this. Oruga unifying with our galactic neighbors to become a Type 3 civilization. I was a big fan of this merch.
Pretty fire shit for sure.
Came out with a long time ago. I say a long time ago, a year or so.
I think my favorite line, honestly, is the Monochrome.
Oh, the Monochrome?
Then second is definitely the Holy War, for sure.
Yeah. Big fan of that. Oh, shit, I did that again, didn't I? Didn't mean to. Yeah, this was a good statement. I was a big fan of this one.
It is hard.
Yeah, where is it? F11? There it is. Yeah. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on this merch. Love the Monochrome collection. It's been a while since I've actually looked at it. It's been like a week. It's been months since I looked at this merch. I think my favorite's still this Egyptian stuff.
The Egyptian stuff is hard.
Or the fair play. Man, we should get back into it. But yeah, if check out our merch, check out our stickers, check out our FTs.
It's all there.
We'll be back on Saturday, and then follow us on Twitter, and then hopefully we get better at this fucking live stuff. We'll have to fix that kilobyte rate.
At least they gave us a suggestion of 6,000.
Yeah. And I think that's what our big issue is, of why YouTube doesn't recommend us, because we're not a reliable stream, if that makes sense. And so they're like, why would we recommend an unreliable stream when there's this laundry list of all these reliable streamers?
Right.
And so I think we should fix that, and then that's all I got, man.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Well, Oruga guys and gals, enjoy your days. Thank you for tuning in. Our 3 viewers. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
The Oruga Podcast.
Somehow somebody's always looking the other way. Now look at these guys. They look busy, right?